My name's Angelo, and welcome to We Want Picks. Jakey boy and I are going to break down the entire UFC Vegas 104 fight card. We're going to give you our picks, our predictions, our bets, and our DraftKings plays. But before we jump forward, let's take a second and look back. Jacob came to my house. We hung out upstairs. We watched the fights. We ate some of the best steaks I've made. Jacob had 2 bites, kind of a problem. Ate some of the best steaks I've made. We all hung out. We had a good time. And we recorded the whole thing. Check out the vlog. This is the thumbnail for the vlog. It is different content, but it is fun. It's a cool behind-the-scenes thing. It's
violated a inflatable doll.
There is the opening scene of the vlog. You go, what the hell? And then you get answers later in the vlog. Watch the vlog. It's a ton of fun.
Oh, baby.
I like going back and watching them, honestly, because it's like documenting my life, which is, I don't mind.
You go back and watch old ones?
I will watch old ones with the girls. Obviously, sometimes I curse a lot, so I can't. But I'll watch other ones with the girls. You know which one I go back and watch? And this sounds crazy. When I went to Nashville last year, I'll watch because the first 15 minutes of that is me hanging out with my friends. And I never get to see them, ever.
Oh, yeah. I'll go back every once in a while and watch my Apex vlog or my whatever vlog because you just got to relive the moments again.
Yeah. Literally.
Yeah. Yeah,
I can't tell if you're making fun of me or agreeing with me.
I'm in a great mood. I got my fucking Donato's pizza sitting here. And by the way, doing a little cross promotion, a little cross breeding here, but it's the only place I can get cheese sauce. The big discussion's always like, what are you talking about cheese sauce on? So anytime I order Papa John's, I get a bunch of fucking cheese sauce. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to dip my fucking breadsticks in the cheese sauce like a fucking normal person.
Exciting stuff. Wow, good for you, man. I'm looking forward to it. Anyway, watch the vlog. This is what the bets look like for UFC 313. And you could watch some of the reactions live as they hit and miss. I notably missed an important bet, and my live reaction is there. Jacob hit his underdog lock of the week, and his live reaction was recorded the entire time. The boys put up almost 6 units of net profit, a 29% ROI, and as mentioned, the lock of the week hit. And here's what the lock of the week has been looking like. This is a picture of Jacob right after training, ready to go, dialed in, focused. This is what he looks like when he picks his underdog lock of the week. And when he picked his underdog lock of the week, 5 of the last 6 weeks, he did it really, really well. He's hit 5 of the last 6 with a 94% ROI if you bet on every single one of them. Just
4 finishes in a row.
4 finishes in a row. And this is 100% free. I'm about to promote premium and explain why it's the best service on the planet. This costs nothing. It's not related to premium. The only benefit or the only somewhat correlation to premium is you check out the premium bets and you could probably figure out who the lock of the week is early based off the bets. But lock of the week is 100% free and it's been slapping. And it wasn't just 2 months ago. You guys had it out for him. Railroading the poor guy. We did release a new product this week.
Were you talking about me?
We were. Now we're not. We did release a new product this week, the Optimizer. So we already had a DraftKings Optimizer. It existed. We've had it, and it's won people a lot of money over the last few years. But we got some feedback. People said, hey, I want to set minimum exposure, not just maximum exposure. Hey, I want to be able to do this. And we got a whole bunch of people every week. I want to play DraftKings Fantasy. I just don't know how. I want to do this. I just don't know how. And so what we did is we developed our own. The previous Optimizer was a lease. We paid somebody every month to use it. Now we have our own. We developed it from scratch. The same person who developed the fight simulator, the same person who developed the tape index, and what the hell is that thing? It's there. Whatever that tool is. What is it? Oh my God. The data analyzer. Same guy who developed those developed the Optimizer. And there's 2 different modes. I'm pointing this out because for all the people who are not comfortable using a DraftKings Optimizer, who are new to it and want to explore, we literally have an easy button up top. There's a button up top that says beginner mode. And instead of just a bunch of numbers and stuff that you're expected to know, it will guide you through TurboTax style how to use it. It'll ask you questions like, who are your 3 most confident fighters on this card? Who are your 3 least confident fighters on this card?
Black kiss.
What?
Licking your sex partner's anus and then fully inserting your tongue into their anus. It's a supreme act of love for both men and women.
What are we reading? This pizza place is wild. This is what they put. This instead of a fortune cookie, this is what you get?
No, we got a donation. Super chat.
I don't see that.
We'll be right back.
All right. Well,
You don't see it? It's a $300 or $300.
Oh, I see it. I'll get to that in a second. I don't know what ARS is. We'll get to that in a second. Anyway, the new optimizer will guide you. It'll help you. You can learn while using it. It's available for, if you're already a premium member, guess what? It's there now. You have access to it because we don't raise the price. If you're not a premium member, just go to WeWantPicks.com, click Become a Member. You can unlock it right then and there. That optimizer will be preloaded with the best DraftKings ownership projections.
Is that 28 cents?
I don't know. Do the conversion.
Hold on. ARS is Argentine peso. By the way, I got my Colombia on, so we're right there. And I do 300 Argentine peso, and it translates to 28 cents.
They figured out a loophole.
Is that right? We appreciate it.
What the hell do I know?
Cents, but...
Anyway, best DraftKings ownership projections on planet Earth. We're beating out literally everybody. Yeah, everybody's agreeing in the chat. That's 28 cents.
Got that, baby. We appreciate that. Oh, did I ask a question? Would you rather give a black
don't talk with food in your mouth.
To Verna or, you're the one that fucking sucks on a fucking lollipop for goddamn 2.5 hours.
Never.
Jake, would you rather give a black kiss to Werner Janaroba or Jocelyn Nunes? You know what I would do for both those ladies? You take this off the screen real quick. I would get them both primed and ready to go. And I don't know if you've seen, but the human tongue can do unbelievable things. So much to the point that you can cut your tongue in half and get to a point where you control each half separately. I would get that done for both of those women. To be able to go, you parcel tongue them. Right? You're like a snake in there. You agree or disagree?
Snake. I wouldn't let my tongue near any of that.
I'm a snake. I'm a snake.
All right, well, I promise you we break down fights on this channel. It's usually after the promo. The other part of this promo is me telling you that the fight simulator is one of the greatest tools also created in this space. We didn't invent fight simulators. There's another one out there. And the other one costs $200 a month or whatever the hell it is. Ours is included in our $10 a month membership. What this does is it takes fights, all the fights on a card. It brings in historical data like grappling stats and striking stats, historical DraftKings numbers, implied probability, and it simulates those fights 100,000 times, and it provides those outcomes. And then you can use those outcomes to build DraftKings fantasy lineups or do whatever you want with. Fight simulators included in your premium membership, which is only $10 a month. The data analyzer is the tool that I couldn't remember. Data analyzer has all historical information and future information. Every fighter on every card, past, present, and future, is there. You pull in all their data, you pull their stacks, you can filter out that data. You can say, I want to see how many takedowns this person lands in a decision loss. And then you can take that information, go to your sportsbook, look at their takedown line, and place your bets. You also can do full tape study from the data analyzer. Every fight on there, every fighter, you click the button, bingo, bongo, video pops up, you watch those fights. Data Analyzer is also just included in premium membership, as are other cappers. You get picks and bets from me, picks and bets from Jacob, picks and bets from Artem, picks and bets from BetSam, and then you have an artificial intelligence picking fights based solely off of historical accuracy. Somebody commented the AI went 9-1. So I was like, holy shit, did it really? It didn't. I think it went 8-2. But I was very excited. I built a whole slide and then I looked and I was like, it didn't go 9-1.
Can I get some... And you people know who the fuck you are, because I was like the laughing stock of the chat. I don't check the comments very often, but for that video, I knew I made a statement. I mean, I stood 10 toes down and made a fucking statement about Alex Pereira.
Oh,
you can't just.
You
sit
said
there and
that
listen.
video. Well, you said that video. I thought. Didn't know what video.
About Alex Pereira. And I got a lot of hate for that. I knew it was going to be a controversial decision. I saw you guys not only making the comments, but I'm sure you're liking the comments. Wow, Jacob, the fuck, what is he? Oh, my God. I've been on Alex the entire time. I told you guys he was vulnerable, that these people he's been fighting were absolute fucking shit, half of them, right? So I need a fucking apology right now. If you're in the live chat, you know who you fuck you are. Huh? If you're watching this after the fact, you know who the fuck you are. Okay? Let's get a little comment, a little apology. Alex didn't win that fucking fight, by the way. Can we agree with that? Alex didn't win that fucking fight.
I don't think he won, and I was surprised to hear a lot of people did think he won. Nobody was rooting for Alex more than me. There's some crybaby dweeb in here. Here's the problem with anybody who doesn't have critical thinking abilities. There's this kid, Luca, in the chat that clearly doesn't have any critical thinking abilities. And they pick a side, and then they die on that hill, right? They refuse to acknowledge that another side could exist. I was all over Alex, but I've been saying forever, Ankalaev is good, but he is by far the most boring champion. He's the most boring guy in that division. He's going to be a boring-ass champion.
Fault. The last 2 fights
and that's what I was saying. I wasn't... Well, last fight was his fault versus Rachik.
He was moving forward the entire time. People just run away from him.
Yeah, he was just jabbing and shit. But he's boring. Point being, it doesn't matter.
Running away from him.
But point being...
it's not his fault that it's boring.
If all of your fights are boring at a certain point,
he got
it's your fault.
Finishes. What are you talking about?
He finished a bunch of
kick knockout.
He finished a bunch of nobodies, and then he worked his way into actual competition.
And people would engage with him. He basically almost knocked out Alex Pereira. No. What are you talking about?
He's boring as shit.
The second Alex engaged with him, he almost got fucking knocked out, and then he just ran the entire time. It's not his fault.
Oh, you talking about when Ankalaev got hit in the head and ran backwards? The one time Alex did anything? I agree. Alex did nothing. I agree. And it was Alex's fault. I agree. I don't disagree with any of that. But every fight Ankalaev in every fight he's in is boring. His interviews are boring. The guy's boring. The only time he has any personality is when somebody else is running his Twitter.
I say you just fucking give Khalil another crack at it if you want an exciting fight, and Ankalaev will knock his ass out too.
I mean, if Khalil move forward, then somebody, because he's just so damn boring. Okay. We have an app. Everything we do is available inside of the app. Just search We Want Picks in the App Store. You can download the app. Everything's in there. The picks, the bets, the tools, all that. The app is 100% free, and you will get push notifications. Anytime we place a bet, bang, push to your phone. Anytime we update new content, bang, push to your phone.
Bang.
So the app is free. Notifications are free. Make sure you download it. Make sure they are on. Here's the 4 events you're going to get if you if you become a premium member today. You will get UFC Vegas 104. Actually, what's today? The 11th? By the time you watch this, if you become a premium member, you're going to get 5 events, and the 5th one is UFC 314. You're going to get UFC Vegas 104, UFC London, UFC Vegas, UFC Vegas 105, and UFC 314. That's 5 events for $10. WeWantPicks.com.
By the way, I forgot that
at the top,
Bilal and JDM are 315. Because it felt like it was supposed to be like next month. And I was like looking at all the the net events coming up, just looking at what is coming up. And I was like, kept clicking and clicking and clicking. I'm like, fuck, I want that fight, man. I'm looking forward to that because that's another one. Everyone's be like, Jay, you're going to get taken down, Jacob. You're going to do stupid. Jay, another day chance.
I'm on that side. I think JDM just gets taken down.
You're going to take him down. You're going to take him down. Stupid. You're going to take him down.
That is quite literally what is going to happen. Here's the events you're going to get. WeWantPicks.com. Click Become a Member. It is $10 for an entire month. We did a little bit of an giveaway for UFC 313. Bet openly. Said, hey, I'm going to throw some money in your account. Build some long tail parlay for $100 and just give away the money. We don't care. So that's what I did. I built a long tail parlay. It was a 10x significant strike parlay. And I said, anybody who retweets this and is following us on Twitter, I'll split the money evenly. So I did that.
How much was your hand shaking placing that bet?
Well, it wasn't my money. They just put the money in the account and said, go ahead and place it.
I mean, that's a big, for you, that's...
For me, it's huge. But you know why I hit? Because there was no pressure. It didn't matter. That's why I did. If it was my money, it never would have hit. But anyway, so I'm giving the money away. Verifying, I reached out to everybody who... So I'm on to you people. I recorded my screen. As soon as it hit, I video recorded the screen, went through every single retweet. Then I made a little spreadsheet of every single person.
I retweeted it.
Of every single person who retweeted at that moment when it hit.
I retweeted.
So 50 people retweeted when it hit. 60 retweets total. People saw it and were like, oh shit, let me retweet. No,
I didn't get my money.
I didn't pay people yet. I'm giving it a few days. I just verified it. I literally just verified it all today. And the people who sent me, because I said DM me, the people who DM me, I said, hey, here's the video screen recording. I don't see you in it. Let me know if I missed you. Oh, you're right. I didn't. Nice try. Weasel. New content here. on the V1 Picks channel. Jacob's Prop Hunter video.
I'm shutting it down.
I misspoke. I said he hit. I look at the comments, and the comments were like, Jacob gave me plus 800 for Bruno Ferreira by submission. But he didn't. He gave you like a plus 2,000 for submission in the first round. So that makes
I did have Bruno. I told you guys he was going to fucking grapple. Like, fucking, nobody fucking listens to me. It's like, fucking, who gives a fuck what Armin's going to do? And he got fucking rocked. I understand it now. But I told you guys the grappling was coming. But yeah, I got a little aggressive. I thought I knew when he grappled that he was going to submit him. So because you saw how fast it happened. He gets a takedown, he gets him, and he falls in. I mean, he's a judo guy, so the arm bars, they are really, really keen to those. But I just thought he was going to grapple sooner. So I had the first round sub prop, and then he got the second round. But a lot of people hit it. I knew he was going to grapple.
Yeah. So check out the Prop Hunter video that comes out on Fridays. 20-something thousand of you will watch this video, and then like 5 of you will watch that. That means 15,000 of you are not getting free prop bets. Makes no sense. Watch the video. Hit the subscribe button. Hit that little bell. Jacob also does a 15-minute full card breakdown if these intros are too long for you. If my videos are too long for you. Guess who gets through it in 15 freaking minutes?
I don't know if we're going to do it this week.
Okay.
This one's a tough one to... But can we also be thankful? Because I know a lot of people like to hate on cards. It's better than no cards.
I didn't think this one was that bad. I am seeing a ton of hate, and I'm surprised there's that much hate. I've seen worse cards than this.
There's been worse cards, but that doesn't mean that this is a bad or a good card. This is a very... Maybe it's the one I went to was amazing, the Apex card I went to. That was a good one. Only
maybe
10 fights, but...
It might be because there's... The prospects, which is normally annoying, like, oh, UFC debuts. The prospects on this card are like very good, so maybe that's what it is.
Kevin Vallejos, he follows me on Twitter now, so it's like,
wow, that's exciting. Okay.
And, my dude Marcel, I've been chatting up with Big Marcel. It feels, feel like a kid in a candy store. He likes to send voice notes, and his voice is sultry.
Okay. Cool.
Oh,
and then,
real quick too.
Nothing about this has been quick.
I saw a slogan today for like women's sports or something, and I just want you, as I guess like a girl dad, to maybe explain it because I don't really get it.
Mm-hmm.
It is, you can't win, so win.
What?
I'll say it again.
I know. Is there a picture or something? Like that doesn't make any sense.
You can't win, so win.
Maybe it's like against all odds. Maybe that's what it is.
I think it's like you can't win in, no matter what you do, you're not going to win in the eyes of men, with female sports. But then when it says so win, it's like, why don't you just win anyway? I don't know. Isn't winning always like the goal? You're always supposed to win. So you're just now going to win just because it doesn't matter. Like it doesn't matter now.
It doesn't make any sense at all. So, as a girl dad, hey, my little one scored 5 goals in her soccer game. It's in the vlog. So, I've never said you can't win, so win.
5's not 6.
I've said go be aggressive is what I've said. And then the last piece of content, Josh Thompson and I, former world champion Josh Thompson and I,
great guy,
do these like hot take style videos. Him and I talk about different pertinent topics. The latest one.
Good videos, good energy. I'm a big fan. You guys should watch them.
They are good videos, and there is good energy.
Great energy. You guys are smiling. You guys are looking like you're having fun. You're giggling, laughing. Good energy. I mean, you guys got great chemistry. It's good. I like it. It's good.
Fine. I like fine.
It's good. No, it's cool. It's good that you guys have a thing like that. You guys are, it's like, you're happy, and it's like, oh, and it's like, you can tell that you guys like each other. It's good. Cool.
The last one we filmed was about ESPN's failure this past weekend and people's inability to purchase UFC 313 and what that's going to do for the negotiations and how Netflix and UFC should make this all work. Check it out. Cool topic. Ton of fun.
Who's
also,
taller?
I think he's shorter than you are. Yeah. He has better hair than you, though, and he's 10 years older, which is fucking crazy. I also moved some content. This slide is going to stay. It's the last one. This slide, it's the second to last one. This slide is going to stay here until I stop getting questions about where the hell the Prize Picks and the Underdogs video are. Every week, Where's Prize Picks? Where's Underdog? I moved them. We have 2 channels. The second channel is Picks Nation. I moved these 2 videos to there because these are wildly, insanely specific videos. Like and subscribe to the Picks Nation channel. Subscribe over there because that's also where we test some new content. There's a new DraftKings guy filming some videos there. We're testing it all there to see if it does well enough to move here. Subscribe over there. And I think this is the last one. Here's the address if you want to send something for the vlog. The next vlog will be UFC 314 in a couple of weeks. The UFC 313 vlog had a wild mail day. Somebody sent a blow-up doll for Jakey Boy. It was insane. We got a couple of letters. It was a wild mail day.
They don't make those things deep enough.
Why? Sure. Sure. I tried to get Jacob to leave with it so I could use that footage. He did not want to do that. Anyway.
The footage was leaving. It didn't even in the vlog, by the way.
It didn't?
No.
Oh, yeah, you're right. It didn't. Oh, man. I wonder if that was... You know what? I forgot to put it in the folder for the editor because I filmed it on my phone, not the camera. Oh, shit. That's funny. You're right. Anyway. I filmed that shit and then it's 1 o'clock in the morning. All right, anyway. Here's the address if you want to send something for the vlog. Josh just texted me a bunch of laughing emojis, so he was watching you get jealous. We want picks, P.O. Box 406, Prosper, Texas. 750-7. All right, we ready to go? Josh, he's jealous of our chemistry. All right, let's go. Opening up the UFC Vegas 104 fight card, we have Yuneisy Duben taking on Carli Judice. Yuneisy Duben, 6-0 in her career, undefeated with all stoppages, taking on Carli Judice, 3-2. 3-2 in her last 5. And yet here she is as a tremendous favorite. Yuneisy Duben's an aggressive striker. She's going to rush forward. She's got cannons under her shirt. And she's got dynamite under her gloves. She recorded one of the best knockouts you're ever going to see on Contender Series.
Wait. Hold on. I'm just processing a little bit. I thought I heard. If you could just rewind 20 seconds or so, and then
it's too late.
Hit that script again.
Train left. It's not a script. It's all off the top of my head. What's funny is people do give me a hard time for the quote unquote script. I write it. These are my notes. I'm reading my own notes. It's not like I have a
can't you just
writer.
write it in your head and just...
Dude, I can't... All the shit I have to keep track of in my life, I can't keep track of 13 fights, 26 fighters a week. I can't do it. That's impossible. The super famous one's easy. But like who they fought last, how that went, no way. Anyway,
I just remember it all, so...
Because I go first. Yuneisy Duben recorded one of the best knockouts on the Contender Series. Certainly the best female knockout on the Contender Series. She literally moved forward, didn't care what was coming her way, and absolutely went off. And it was the perfect embodiment of who she is as a fighter. She makes it impossible to break her down because she just comes out here, swings crazy, finds a finish, and is done. And that's all we have ever seen from her. I have no idea what she's going to look like in a decision. I have no idea if somebody's going to back her up. I don't know. But everything we have seen, she comes forward, bombs, no technique, gets it done. She's taking on Carli Judice. Carli Judice is a striker. She's got decent combinations, good volume. She does a good job mixing in punches and kicks. She alternates between the two of those pretty quickly. She sets a nice pace. She can move forward, throwing combinations for the entire fight. She can also be taken down, but if she is taken down, she can work her way back up. Decent get-up game. She's coming off that second split decision loss in a row. This one was to Gabriela Fernandez, where she was insanely hittable. She showed damage because she is as pale as Sam Patterson is. And this is a ridiculous betting line. This fight...
I was in the sun today.
Look how brown I am. I've been doing walks during the day. It's nice out. I go from... I'm not Irish, but I go from Irish to Hispanic halfway through the summer.
Are you from Ireland?
No.
Because my penis is Dublin when I look at you.
Okay. All right. People think my youngest is Hispanic just because Olivia gets like dark. Never red. She'll be out in the sun all day long. Boom. Brown. Where was Tiffany 6.5 years ago? Anyway, the odds on this fight, ridiculous. They're very far. They're super wide. Carli is insanely hittable, and she wears damage. Literally a worst-case scenario for fighting somebody who moves forward and just bombs away. Carli's definitely the better fighter. She's got the cleaner technique. She's just got nice 1-2s and, like, follows a plan. But Yuneisy going to come out here, just absolutely bomb away, swing from the hip, doesn't care what's going to happen. The problem is I don't know what her cardio is. I don't know anything about Yuneisy other than she moves forward and dominates. So, you know what? I'm going to go that side of the house here. I think she's going to move forward, throw like absolute crazy. I don't know if this fight goes long if she has cardio. I don't know if we don't know. There's just not enough. The analogy I've made in the past that I'm going to make again, these are professional fighters. This is their job. Yuneisy, what are you laughing at?
Just read D's comment. Read out loud.
He said, Angelo swears he's tall, dark, and handsome. Relax mayonnaise. I hate mayonnaise, so no. Maybe Chipotle mayo. Woo! The analogy I've made in the past is this is their job. So we watch them fight. We watch them go to work. We have only ever seen Yuneisy go to work 6 times, and she's never done a full shift. I have no idea what to expect, but I'm going to pick her to win here. These odds are insane. What do you think, Jakey boy? That was a phenomenal analogy, and you know it.
See her go to work. Never seen her do a full shift.
Full shift will be 15 minutes. Never seen it. We ain't seen it.
Well, that's because, Angelo, you have issues trying to do stakeouts. And do you know why that is?
Because I eat all the snacks.
That's right. And you got to go get more. That's why she's done full shifts, but you just never seen it stalking. Because,
why don't you just tell us who you think wins this fight?
Yuneisy? Is that how you're saying it? Yuneisy?
I'm saying Yuneisy.
Yuneisy? Duben? Diaz, is it? Duben, if you guys were here for the Contender Series streams in October, whenever her fight was, she won us a lot of quiche, right? A lot of money because we bet her for one reason, and one reason only. When her promos tape was playing, there's something that caught our eye. There was a couple things I caught. There was
a set of things.
There was something that told us in the universe that she was going to be a good bet in that moment, and it was the only reason why we did. And she came through in a big way, 2 big ways. I mean, she came through, and we cashed that ticket. We are very, very happy. And if she comes through and it gets that same type of momentum going, the same type of leverage, right? You know, a little back and forth, and she puts a little something behind a shot that lands on Carli. Yeah, she's got knockout power. She can knock out Carli. And I'll be honest, when these odds dropped, I tweeted about it 2 or 3 weeks ago when these odds dropped, and I said, hey, by the way, guys, Carli Judice, 3-2, 0-2 in the UFC, is a minus 650 favorite over a girl that just fucking slept someone worse than I've ever seen somebody get slept on the Contender Series. I did put some action on Duben at like plus 425 or plus 450. I'll be rooting for her, but Carli should be the better fighter. Even in her losses, she is fast. She's in and out. And Duben, the reason why she was such a massive dog in her Contender Series fight was because everyone says she fought nobody. Well, she still has fought really nobody. Got a nice flash knockout where they were brawling a little bit. I think Carli just kind of stays on the outside. And like you said, a lot of question marks after the first round, and we'll see what happens. She looks like she's working hard. I mean, her Instagram, it comes across, I don't search for anything, but, it comes across my, Instagram a few times a day, and it looks like she's working hard. So
a few times a day.
It's, you scroll, and I don't know what it does.
All right. Hey, you built your own algorithm brick by brick. Click by click. All right. Well,
wait. You can't win, so win.
That honestly makes no sense. You said you're rooting for her. I mean, I'm assuming you're picking her too.
I understand it now.
Okay, so same logic I had. We're both picking her because she's dangerous.
I picked Carli.
Oh, well then what the fuck, dude?
I said I think Carli dances around and just outpoints her.
And then you finish with, I'm rooting for... So, okay,
Of course I'm rooting for her.
Why?
Look.
Why, of course?
Colombia is right next to, I think it's right next to Venezuela. Little Venezuelan vixen.
Yeah, she actually is a Venezuelan vixen. Anyway, back on track.
Whoa, relax, buddy.
Creepy weirdos. $6,900 in DraftKings Fantasy versus $9,300 in DraftKings Fantasy. Listen, the 93 is a full fade. Again, question marks. For all we know, Duben gasses after 2 minutes, and that's it. I don't know. But $9,300 in DraftKings Fantasy is crazy for a winless, not very dangerous fighter in the UFC when the other side is somebody insanely dangerous for sub 7,000. If you do want to check out all the picks, all the bets, all the tools, it's only $10 for an entire month. And if you sign up, you will have full access to everything for 5 cards the way this timing is working out. You're going to get UFC Vegas 104, UFC London, UFC Mexico, UFC Vegas 105, and then UFC 314 will be your last day of membership. Go to WeWantPicks.com, click Become. It's freaking $10. You know how insignificant that is? $10. WeWantPicks.com.
I won $10 on a scratcher the other day.
There you go. Amazing. Did you really? You buy scratch-offs?
Once in a while, you know, ever since I got back from Vegas, you had a slot for
$3,500 addiction.
And I'm playing fucking slots on my phone. I'm buying scratch-offs.
Jesus, dude.
We're headed down that road, man. I saw a guy selling some Coke today, and I was like, got the soccer jersey on.
Can I pay with something other than money? Okay,
you gotta make everything so fucking homosexual. All the
$1.99 super chat from Santiago Mendez. He said, stream number 2, asking Jacob to do Robert Downey Jr. from Tropic Thunder. Do you accept his challenge? Second time he asked. No? Okay. Put more in there. Jake Korach. Jacob, I love you, but we got to work on that accent. He must be talking about the Prop Hunter video. Thank you for the super chat. And then this is not a super chat. This was Jay responding to the Bet Openly thing hitting, saying, so funny that hit, Ange, next time, make sure you post it in the WWP Lounge. Well, if it's a giveaway to promote Twitter followers, I'm not promoting it in the lounge. The next one might not be the same thing, so sure. Depends on what it is. Follow on Twitter so you don't miss out.
Can I ask you a fat guy question?
I mean, if I've got an answer to anything.
So there's a guy at the gym that... My gym's only 2 stories, so there's 1 flight of stairs. Like just and you're up there. And upstairs is the treadmills and stuff. There's a guy that takes the elevator. Boop, 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 up.
In the gym?
Yeah, there's an elevator just one. It goes from 1 to 2. Boop, 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 boop,
the whole point is to be there and get in shape.
Well, here's the real kicker here, Angelo. It gets in the elevator. Boop, 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 boop. Takes the elevator up 1. There's just 1, right? Walks out the elevator. Goes around the back.
Stairmaster?
Gets on the Stairmaster.
Yeah, dude, that makes no sense. That makes no sense.
Yeah, I don't know what.
That's not a fat guy thing. That's a that guy thing.
He's like a bigger guy. So it's like, I didn't know if that was like.
Maybe he's got bad knees and stairs hurt more than fake stairs. I don't know. That seems crazy.
That's what I thought. I thought maybe I'm missing something.
No. $4.99 super chat from Griffin Travers. 103 safety parlay guy. I don't know what that means. Nice meeting you, Jacob. By the way,
this is Griffin.
He yelled safety parlay. Oh, this is the guy that yelled.
This is my guy, Griffin. Yeah, I met Griffin at the. He says, "Nice meeting you, Jacob. By the way, I had your back if that dude tried to fight you. Haha, I was ready to snatch that neck, boy." All right, take off the screen. Well, I appreciate the $4.99. I met him at the Apex, and he was super cool. A lot of you are fucking losers. A lot of you are fucking come up with your fucking mouth breathing. It's like fucking a lot of you. There's some of you that are cool, and you know who you are, but some of you are like, that's like, oh my god, this guy is a fan of ours. But Griffin was actually a super cool guy. I was talking to him in between a few of the fights and stuff like that, and I did hear when the safety parlay hit at one point, he goes, "Safety parlay."
I've never met somebody that wasn't cool, by the way. So that must be a Jacob thing.
Yeah, some people, you know who you are.
Jacob doesn't like public either. which is also
I actually in Vegas I love public because people recognize me, and then I literally had people coming up to me, yo Griff, I literally had people coming because there was I think 2 other people that asked to take pictures with me that knew who I was, but literally after the fights and stuff, there was like 2 couples I think that came up and was like, hey, we saw people taking pictures with you, who are you? And it's like, well,
penis
if you live unfortunately, like in places in Texas, you can't see who I am, but the rest of the internet that has access to those type of websites without having to sign up and verify age, they know who I am.
All right. Like to catch a predator.com. Next up at UFC Vegas 104, we have Josiane Nunes, and she is taking on Priscila Cachoeira. Josiane Nunes 10-3 in her career, 3-2 in her last 5. She is on a 2-fight skid. She's taking on Priscila Cachoeira, 12-6 in her career, 3-2 in her last 5, also on a 2-fight skid. Likely both of these women fighting for their careers here. We got a pretty solid favorite, Josiane Nunes, at 2-1. You can see here that the odds have continued to increase, and I kind of get it. Even though these 2 women fight exactly the same, I kind of get it. Josiane Nunes built like a bowling ball. Powerful striker. She throws very hard.
Watch your fucking mouth, by the way.
Not a great
smack
grappler.
the shit out of you.
No, you don't. We literally fought, and you couldn't.
Smack the shit out of you. I actually recorded some of the videos today. Look at the Gestapo guerrilla warfare tactics that Angelo had to use, because I sent him a Brendson. I was like, look at this guy. This guy is supposed to be, I wrestled my entire life, and all of a sudden, look at failed throw,
that wasn't a throw, stupid. That was a throw. The first one wasn't a throw.
Look at the panic. Look at how easy I get the fucking, here, let me just go to the end here.
The first part wasn't a throw. It was moving your head. Too.
Here comes the failed takedown by Angelo. Ready? He says this is a takedown. Ready? Yeah, nice try, buddy. Wrestled my entire life. Wouldn't shoot a takedown because he knew he couldn't get it. I get the single. Look at him. Let me use my 300 pounds. I
moved your head to the inside.
And look, I grabbed the underhook. I'm straight back up. Failed takedown. And this is the guy that tries to talk shit. I've been wrestling my entire life. I've never wrestled or grappled a day in my life. And look at the panic.
You just keep showing a highlight of you going for a ride.
Look at the panic. And then look at this. And then look at this, too. Look at all of a sudden the wrestler. Look at the wrestler. Oh, I can't take him down.
And you're throwing
down.
Okay,
I can't take him down. I can't take him down.
Look at Jacob running backwards.
I can't take. Let me use my. Look at this. I go for the single. Look at. Jiu-jitsu. Jiu-jitsu. Let me use my 300 pounds and just lay on you. You couldn't wrestle. I counter wrestle and you went to fucking jiu-jitsu, you pussy.
Okay, first of all, me throwing your head on the inside is what sets up that toss where you literally went heels overhead and flew into the
I grabbed a single on
what
you.
An absolute
I could feel your heart rate go.
I love it. That's my favorite thing to do is to hit that toss. That's my favorite thing to do. So take a single all day. I love it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I turned a wrestler into a judoko fucking pussy into jiu-jitsu.
That is a judo toss.
I know. That's what I'm saying. You couldn't fucking wrestle me, so you went to judo and jiu-jitsu. That's the whole point. Thank you for clarifying that. Yes, I could not out-wrestle you, so I had to use Gestapo tactics, guerrilla warfare.
I think we should do it live, and you can set any rules you want.
Angel's jiu-jitsu nerd. The chat is confirming. Thank you.
Okay. What that didn't show is Jacob got submitted like 13 times, refused to follow the rules in the kickboxing.
He couldn't out-wrestle me.
Refused to follow the rules in the kickboxing.
Yeah, I've never done jiu-jitsu in my life. You tapped me out. Congratulations. How'd you do that? You were just laying on my back. I was face down. Couldn't breathe. Arm wasn't even in. Just the weight alone was fucking enough for me.
I got to start this whole breakdown over.
And I had COVID.
You what?
I had COVID the whole time.
You exposed us to that?
The match was changed out yesterday, or the day after anyway. So.
Next up, at UFC Vegas 104, we have Josiane Nunes, and she's taking on Priscila Cachoeira. Josiane Nunes, 10-3 in her career, 3-2 in her last 5 on a 2-fight skid. Priscila Cachoeira, 12-6 in her career, 3-2 in her last 5, also on a 2-fight skid. I mentioned both of these women are likely fighting for their careers, and it is surprising that we have a 2-1 favorite in this matchup, considering they have identical fight styles. They both are just going to move forward, bomb away at all costs, and try to make something happen. Josiane Nunes is the shorter, more compact of the two. I mentioned she's built like a bowling ball, and that's because you can't really get under the hips because it's just rock solid and round.
Well, I think if you take your time and treat her right, you get underneath them.
Work your way in there. She likes to come forward. She will throw leg kicks. She used to be a soccer player, and she'll use those big, heavy kicks to sort of blast away. She's very short for this division, but she has no problem sort of covering ground, getting to the head. We've never seen her like stuck on the outside. She's very durable. She can get out techniqued. She does work in her aggression. She is durable. She's coming off that decision loss to Jacqueline Cavalcante where I feel like I was on an island because I thought Josiane won that fight, and everybody told me how stupid I was for thinking that. She's taking on Priscila Cachoeira. Priscila Cachoeira is a powerful striker. Heavy pressure. She throws bombs. She's got real power for this division, but she can be KO or bust. If you look at the stats, you'll see that she has a 4-7 striking differential. She lands 4 strikes. She is hit with 7. She has almost hit twice as many times as she hits her opponents. She's never the more skilled fighter in the cage, but she's got the pressure, she's got the aggression, and she can make something happen. She is coming off that submission loss to Jazz DeVicious, where she just had literally nothing to offer on the ground. This should be actually a really fun fight. They have the identical fights. They're just going to move forward and just meet in the middle and bomb away. What did
I say? What did I tell you that this fight was going to be like?
A slug fight? What did you say? I don't remember.
Just quit saying it.
It's the funny part is people think it's a bit, and now it has become a bit. I have been saying slug fight my entire life, my whole life. That's not something I just made up on a stream
being
one day.
Fucking retarded your entire life.
No, but don't tell
Angelo.
me things that I've been saying my whole life are wrong.
Congratulations.
It's a word that exists.
You don't
People
grow
say
out of it. You were born that way. I was born this way.
What did you say? What did you call this fight? That's what the interruption
I think that this could be the female version of Leal and Moreno. Or Morono.
Oh, did you say that? Yeah, it could be. 100%.
I mean, just fucking Josie just walking fucking blah, 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 blah. And we'll see what happens. I mean, zombie girl versus a beauty.
I am on the Nunes side because she's more durable. And this is going to come down to durability. And she's the more durable one. Priscila can be broken, and I think Josiane will break her. And I think she won her last fight. Kind of got robbed in that one. What do you think, Jakey boy?
Priscilla's the better fighter. I know she's been getting taken down and beat up on the ground and stuff like that. Thankfully for her, Josie is not really interested in doing that type of stuff. She wants to just fucking stand and bang, and she will chase and just kind of throw that right hand. And I think the wild style in her striking sets up perfectly. Priscilla hasn't been against a striker in a while, but when she's against strikers, she looks good. I mean, she sits on that right hand, and she is very fucking accurate with that right hand. And we'll see how durable Josie is in this matchup, in my opinion. I have no worries about Priscilla out-toughing a striking battle. Like, when she gets on her back and she's trying to grapple and she's getting elbowed and stuff like that, that's a little bit different. On the feet, she's zombie girl for a reason. So I don't question her durability. And I think she's the better striker. She's got power, and she's just the better, more technical striker. And I think this matchup is good for her. A counter striker that wants to sit on that right hand against somebody that rushes in wild. I mean, I got to take Priscilla as a dog in this one.
Yeah, I mean, I am surprised these odds are as wide as they are. Did I not show this? I am surprised these odds are as wide as they are. I think they should be a lot closer. These are identical women. I think Josiane's a little more durable. To your point, Priscilla might be a little more technical. I see a comment here saying Priscilla looks nasty. She'll fight to the death. No, she'll quit. She has a quit button. And I think Josiane will find it. What do you mean no?
I mean, sometimes she'd get elbowed in the face, but she didn't quit.
She taps. What's that? What's that? When you tap to a choke, what is that? An armbar, fine. Don't break your arm. What about tapping to a choke, Jakey boy? What's that? You know. You've done it. What's that?
I didn't tap to a choke. You were laying on me.
I choked you.
Yeah.
And you quit.
That was asphyxiation of my fucking lower diaphragm from you sitting on my back.
We're split on this one.
Rider. It's when he kept saying, "Look, I'm a bull rider."
Yeah, okay.
I was like, dude, I fucking tapped to get out of the situation. Yeah, I'm a bull rider.
Sure. Happy to do it live. Happy to run the whole thing back live.
A little kink you got.
Okay. We are split here. I'm on the Josiane side. He's on the Priscila Cachoeira side. Listen, we might get lucky. I haven't seen the odds on the round line, this might be a sneaky good under. The over on women's fights are always the move. The sneaky good under. There definitely could be a finish here. We might be able to get some solid action there. Are you looking it up? It might even be a 1.5 line.
It's not a fucking 1.5 line, you stupid bitch. It's 2.5 and over is -190. Bet the under then, pussy. Don't talk about it, be about it.
I might.
You can't win, so win.
You know what? I wasn't going to, and then that.
You can't win, so win.
Guys, and let's win together. And I can help you win.
Imagine walking into a football locker room
just
and being like, guys, you can't win, so win.
Just confuse the shit out of it. It makes you'll spend so much. Yeah. What? Why can't I win?
Coach, you said what now? Yeah. Coach, you said what now?
Why can I not win? I'd love to know why. Listen, become a premium member. That'll help you win. And it's not just like, oh, I guarantee we've got 5 different people, well, 4 humans and a robot picking fights. And you can look at all those picks. We have people giving you bets, what they're doing with their money. We have tools to help you find your own spots. We have tools to help you with fantasy and betting and all these other things. Go to WeWantPicks.com, click Become a Member, unlock every single one of those tools for research purposes,
Shut the fuck
for
up.
entertainment
Keaton
purposes.
with $4.99
click Become a Member at the top.
Says, I appreciate all the work both of you guys do every week. Premium really is the best product in the business. Also, Taco Padilla is beating Jai in the UK. Keaton, we appreciate that. $4.99. Your third super chat. That is a trifecta for Keaton. And I will say that I reached out to Chris Padilla because I was also pretty surprised that he's the underdog in that matchup. I don't know if let me check to see if it still is real quick, but I looked at the odds and I was like, okay, yeah, he's still plus 105. I was like, you telling me Taco Padilla, the guy that finished Yan Top, guess who couldn't finish Yan Top? The guy that fucking smoked Rongju. Rongju looked fucking fantastic. This guy's fighting Jai Herbert, and he's a fucking underdog. I told my dude Taco Padilla that, and he said, pretty much.
That's what he, oh, okay.
Pretty much. It was like, oh, yeah, really? I did that with Cody Brundage, too. I was like, you're the underdog to Julian Marquez? He said, no way, send it to me. I was like, no, you're kind of a big underdog, too, dude. That's why after he won the fight, he said to the broadcast team, he's like, who's the dog? Who's the underdog? Or something like that. It's because of me. I got him fired up. I don't know what to do with these athletes.
Jake Korach, $2. I think we need to see Josh Thompson versus Ange now. Josh and I were supposed to wrestle. We had a little bit of a back and forth, a little verbal jabbing. And
Josh didn't show up?
He insisted he could take me down. I was like, there's no fucking way you can take me down. I was like, there's no way.
I literally basically took you down.
You shot a takedown while we were kickboxing.
I just showed the highlight of. Hold on.
When you flew into the wall. How are you saying I almost took you down when you flew into the wall? I don't understand this narrative. It makes no sense. So in your world, if you touch a leg, you almost took somebody down. Did Ankalaev almost take down Pereira 12 times? No.
Just in the comments, yes or no. If this looks like a takedown to you, everyone, we need
show
a
the whole thing where you go flying into the wall.
A simple yes or a simple no. Did I take Angelo down? It looks like he's down. It looks like I got a nice underhook, and he's on the ground.
That is right after your entire body slammed.
It looks like I ankle picked you. It appears to me like you've been ankle picked. I have the underhook, and you are on the ground, and I'm about to swing that leg over and take your back.
So show the whole clip. Let's see that part. I'd love it. Let's see that.
I'm about to swing that leg over, throw that hook in. Okay. And then the other arm's coming around the neck, and then I lock it up. That looks like a fucking takedown to me.
Guys, you can watch
Look
this
at you.
entire
Oh,
fight.
my whizzer. I'm losing my whizzer. Oh, no. Oh, no. I'm losing my whizzer. Oh, golly.
This entire fight is available. Just search We Want Picks, the fight. Draw your own conclusions.
Everyone says
anyway,
it's a takedown.
Josh and I were supposed to, we had a little verbal jarring going on. We were out. And I don't even know how it came up. And he was like, I'd take you down. I was like, no fucking way can you take me down. Like, just no way, dude. Like, no. And he's like, I can take you down. I was like, there's no. I was like, okay, 5 a.m. I forget. This was on a Sunday. And maybe I said Wednesday, 5 a.m. or something
Somebody
like that.
said you're plus 250 against Josh.
Well, a fist fight, he'd smoke me. A fist fight doesn't count. This is straight up wrestling. Because he's smaller, but he's faster and knows what the fuck he's doing. He's not going to take me down. He's not going to take me down.
Little guy.
So, he didn't show up at 5 a.m. Now, in his defense, storms ripped through here and caused chaos all night. But I showed up. Win by default. Win by default. Maybe that's the next bad takes. Can you take Angelo down? Bad takes.
I can't wait for that one. Yeah, they've been so good.
Couple of super chats. Jafar Raza, I commented on the year-old breakdown yesterday. Yeah, dude. This dude commented on the UFC 300 video yesterday and goes, great breakdowns, Jacob. It's like, dude, you're watching a UFC 300 prediction video? What are you doing? And Dylan Renner, $1.99, Angelo scared to run it back, made $250 last week. Thank you. I'll run it back live. I will fight Jacob live. 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 Live.
Yeah, but you might be live, but you're not going to live.
Yeah, that was clever. Well done. Okay, congratulations to you.
How many? Are we almost done?
We're right there. Next up, at UFC Vegas 104, we have Daniel Barez taking on Andre Lima. Daniel Barez, 17-6 in his career, 4-1 in his last 5. He's coming off his first UFC win. Andre Lima, 10-0, undefeated in his career with 5 stoppages. We'll start on the Andre Lima side. He's a striker. He likes to invest in the body early. He's got solid technique. He uses it really well. He throws combinations. He's not lazy with anything, and he will mix up the strikes. He's essentially a pure striker, though. He's got some solid takedown, submission defense. If he does end up on the ground, he's got good scrambles, good enough get-up game. He's coming off the decision win over Felipe Dos Santos, where he walked forward, had nice defensive slips and good movements, but ultimately, when the forward pressure was coming his way, he did not like it, and he started to shoot. He's taking on Daniel Barez. This guy's a fireball. He'll set a pace from bell to bell. He's got good, fast, powerful striking, slick BJJ. Takedowns when he needs them. He does trust his BJJ, and he has no problem chasing submissions to find a finish. He can lose positions because he's chasing, and that doesn't score that well with the judges. His takedown defense is not the best, but he does work on bottom. He creates openings. He's coming off the decision win over Victor Altamirano, where he was landing really nice 1-2s, but as the fight went on, he did start to slow down. And listen, this is actually one of the tougher fights on this card to break down. I think these odds are super wide because Andre Lima is very good. I fully get that. I understand the love for him, but there's some reservations there. First, he's a bit of a cheater, documented cheater, done a lot of sketchy things inside that cage, grabbing fences, doing all sorts of little things in every single fight. He's the one that got fucking
bit.
He got bit, and he got bit because he was grabbing the fence.
What are you talking about? I was at the fight.
Okay. Did you see his fingers going through the fence? Anyway, he's a bit of he'll do what he needs to do to win a fight. Let's put it that way. The other reservation I have is he did not like the forward pressure in that last fight. It bothered him. He started wrestling. He's not a wrestler. He started wrestling because of the forward pressure. And Daniel Barez is all forward pressure. He's just going to move forward, try to make something happen, stay in his face. I am going to pick Andre Lima. I think he's the more well-rounded guy, overall the better guy. But I have low confidence in that. I'm not betting on him. And if Daniel Barez can keep a pace for 15 minutes, which it didn't look like he could in his last fight, he could steal this just with that straight-up pressure and forward movement. What do you think, Jakey boy?
Yeah, he can't keep that pace because he fights so wild. And it's a fun, wild style. And honestly, he had Jafel fucking down and out. I mean, he was landing those kicks. The body kicks hurt him really bad. Tried to chase that finish, and he was able to recover and then choke Daniel Barez out. Early in the fight, I wouldn't be surprised if he has some success with a takedown or with some striking and just looking fast and flash. Because Andre Lima, this is kind of a yin and a yang fight, like yin and yang fight. in fighting styles, because Daniel Barez wants to go like go, and Andre Lima is a pretty methodical guy. As Angelo mentioned, the pressure got to him a little bit. He slowed the fight down. I was an Andre Lima hater, and my biggest question mark was, I don't know if he's got the wrestling, if he gets taken down, because in that fight that I was at, he was kind of getting taken down a little bit. I was like, if he gets against a good wrestler, I don't know what he's going to be able to do. Felipe Dos Santos, a shoot-a-box guy, he took him down, not only took him down, but controlled him really, really well, got his back and everything. So those questions to me were answered. He's just so methodical in his striking defense and the way he can counter shots. I think it sets up well with a pressure fighter like Daniel Barez. Like I said, I think he probably is going to have a little bit of success early. But Andre Lima, he throws heavy, he throws accurately, and now I know he's got some wrestling in his back pocket if he needs to go to it. It's pretty strong wrestling and grappling as well. I mean, it's not like wild, but it's enough to stall out, slow things down, win him rounds. So I like Andre Lima, and I understand the price tag.
Yeah, I get it. Seeing him wrestle was nice in that.
And this thing cost me $500.
Yeah, explain where that came from. So that's Daniel Barez's jersey. Yeah,
UFC mystery
dude,
box.
what 500? That box was $1,000.
Was it really?
Yeah, it was $1,000. We didn't pay 500. We paid $1,000. It's in my office. I can't grab it. We paid $1,000 each for a UFC. Yeah, there it is. That was $1,000. And the way they advertised it made it seem like it would have memorabilia from the fights. Because that didn't arrive till like 6 weeks later. He got Daniel Barez's used jersey.
No, just an autograph. This was used, I think, which is Alex. He just retired, that son of a bitch.
Alex Morono's? Oh, he retired? Oh, Alex.
The guy that Nick fought, right? Yeah, he just retired.
The wrestler. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny. Anyway, that shit was
$1,000.
$1,000.
That's what I got. And Angelo was bitching and complaining because he got autographed gloves from the greatest heavyweight of all time.
Stipe Miocic, but they were medium. They weren't used or anything. But
they were fucking nice. Autographed. I got Daniel fucking Barez. No disrespect, Daniel. You great. Seem like
it's
a great guy.
I mean, it's $1,000.
You're not fucking Stipe, Daniel. Sorry.
No, it was a complete ripoff. We did a whole unboxing. You can check that on the channel too. I have never even considered buying another box.
Dude, I was just
after that. That was brutal.
We were just sitting there. I'm just like, oh, autograph.
We had to look it up.
I was like, what?
I got Emily Ducate's, or did you? One of us got Emily Ducate's jersey. Yeah. And I messaged her saying, "Do you want this?"
Tangled up in your sheets.
All right. Anyway, Daniel Barez.
No denial there.
Good, solid. Because okay. Why are you getting so defensive? Andre Lima, Jacob's pick, my pick, minus 275, $9,000 in DraftKings Fantasy. To be worth that money, we're going to need a finish. I don't know. He is very good. This is one I'm going to go back and forth on because where I do think he could be worth that $9,000 is if he does wrestle heavy. We did see it in his last fight, like Jacob said, but I think we only saw it because of that crazy pressure. And in this fight, he'll get the pressure early, maybe not the whole time. Check out what the DraftKings Optimizer has to say. Check out what the Fight Simulator has to say, and then see what you can do with that information. You can unlock the Optimizer, the Fight Simulator, the Artificial Intelligence, all the picks, all the bets, all the tools right now for 5 events. Go to WeWantPicks.com. Just click Become a Member at the top. It's for an entire month, and that month will give you all the way out to UFC 314. We have a couple Chatterooskies. I hope you were able to see my reply to you on. I did not see a reply. And I don't know. I will go check. This is the dude that commented on the UFC 300 video. Jake said, Jacob is undefeated in rematches.
So true. So
okay.
True.
Sure.
So true.
Sure.
My ex-wife beat the shit out of me, and then I got the last laugh on that one, didn't I?
Why? What happened?
Well, she's still in Tahiti.
Then Tomo with whatever A is, $14.99 Yo, Ange, your wife has questionable taste in steak. Well done is a crime. Also, thank you for your service, Jacob. You're a national hero. Love the show, boys. Keep it up. We appreciate you. We appreciate you. And that whole well done thing is brutal because when I have to cook steaks for people, I can never time it correctly. Ever. Like literally ever.
You mind saluting me?
I'm not going to do that. seems like.
Angelo hates our troops.
You were an enemy soldier.
Yeah, I sacrificed myself pretending to be, I mean, there's no higher honor, I don't think. Pretending to be the enemy, putting my life on the line to prepare our soldiers for battle. I think I deserve one.
Okay. Let's go. Next up, at UFC Vegas 104, we got Josias Musasa taking on Carlos.
I have never in my life seen someone disrespect our country and our troops like that.
Anybody wondering, Jacob was not active military at any point in his life. He wasn't deployed anywhere. He didn't sign up for the military. He volunteered for a summer camp where he pretended to be an Iraqi. Just so we're all on the exact same page.
It's a little simple than what it actually is, but... And I didn't call myself a hero. It's the people in the chat call me a hero and thanking me for my service. It's not me.
That is true. You're
welcome.
All right. We have Carlos Vera taking on Josias Musasa. Carlos Vera, 11-4 in his career, 4-1 in his last 5. He's coming off that decision loss in his UFC debut. He's taking on Josias Musasa, 8-0 in his career, undefeated with 7 stoppages. Josias Musasa is a fast, powerful striker. He does a very good job moving forward, looking for a finish the entire time while maintaining pretty good defense. He's not much of an offensive wrestler, but if he ends up on top, he's just going to wail away looking for a finish. He has insane power, especially at this weight class, and he knows it, which is why he moves forward and he headhunts. He's a ton of fun to watch. He's very creative on the feet, very fast everywhere. He's coming off of a close Contender Series win where he punched his ticket to the UFC. He's taking on Carlos Vera, short, thick guy who's pretty athletic, moves pretty well. He has loose striking style where he's just constant movement, lots of kicks, well-rounded enough to strike, wrestle, and grapple. His takedowns and his hips are not great, but he does end up somehow in trouble after attempting offensive takedowns. He has aggressive BJJ off his back. He'll roll for anything if he finds it. Just think that Ryan Hall gym, because that's where he trains. So he's looking for all sorts of craziness and BJJ nerd techniques. He is coming off that loss to Rinya Nakamura, where Joe Rogan was just absolutely fluids rushing in his pants just at the idea that Carlos Vera might at some point in time roll for a knee bar. It was brutal. Do you remember that?
There's nothing I love more. Listen, go back. If you want to have a good little laugh at yourself, go back and watch the Ilya Ryan Hall fight. Because first of all, Ilya was only like a minus 245 over Ryan Hall. You look at that back on that now and you're like, what the fuck? That might have been the best value in the history of betting. But if you listen to that fight and that commentary, first of all, Ryan Hall broke his hand in like the opening minute. Not his fault. And honestly, landed a head kick that the ref probably should have stopped the fight. But you know, Ryan is just rolling around, and Vera doesn't do quite as much of that, like with the Imanari rolls and stuff like that, but Joe Rogan, anytime Ilya fucking was touched, he's like, he's in trouble here. He shouldn't be here. He shouldn't be here. He's got like one leg just standing over Ryan. He's like, he's a real danger here. Oh, he's a real danger here. He loves those guys, man.
He was doing it with Carlos Vera that last fight, and Carlos was just like, man, dude, Joe, you got to chill. It actually made me... I love Joe Rogan. I've been watching I've seen every UFC event ever, and his voice is nostalgic to me. He's not the best at it anymore. DC is far better in that role. But this was one of the fights in the last 2 years where I was like, all right, I get what people complain about. This dude is nowhere near pulling. This dude is nowhere near pulling anything off right now. But anyway, that's who Carlos Vera is. And this could actually be a fun matchup because Carlos is actually the better fighter here, at least the more well-rounded fighter. He's athletic himself. He's a good striker, good grappler, pretty tough, but he's also like a shrimpy Jacob-sized little thing. And if Josias ends up on top, he's just going to be pounded away working for a TKO, not worrying about his knees or his legs. Josias is insanely dangerous. I'm going to pick Josias to win. But we've only ever seen him go to one single decision. It is very possible he punches himself out and then loses the next 2 rounds or gets caught in some bullshit. So I'm going to pick Josias. Looking at this minus 650 makes me sick, let alone betting on it. What do you think, Jakey boy?
Yeah, I'm just going to go under the assumption that Josias' team knows that the only fucking chance that Carlos Vera has is if you follow him to the ground. Now, Rinya did it. Rinya's got wrestling. He knows how to survive those type of situations. He's a comfortable wrestler, so he did it, right? And that's fine. But Josias, I know you've probably been working on your wrestling and jiu-jitsu, and I can stay safe. Just don't fucking give him the chance. Just don't give him the chance. It's the same thing with Amanda Hebos and Mackenzie Dern. You can survive. Why even entertain it? Why even? Yeah, you might, but maybe you don't. And it didn't fucking work for Hebos. She was doing her thing and then fucking just gets armbarred. Don't follow him to the ground. If you knock him down, if he falls down, whatever it is, back up.
Leave him there.
Tell him to stand up. He will stand up, and then you just punch him in the face again. As long as he does that, he's going to win, probably by knockout, because Carlos just wants to be on the ground. Eventually, you got to keep standing up if nobody's on top of you, or they're going to stop the fight. He's going to stand up once and get knocked out, I assume. But he's not a pussy. Even in that Rinya fight, he was fighting through all the positions, trying everything for 15 minutes. So, obviously, if you guys want to play this, I think Josias is a good parlay play if you just hedge it with Carlos by submission, I guess, because if he gets on this kid, I don't think it's going to be just riding him out for 15 minutes. He's probably just going to fucking submit him. I mean, he's pretty high level, so that's like, I don't want to say it, but like if you didn't do your stupid shit and we just wrestled, I'm on your back pretty quick as well.
Sure.
You couldn't even get me in like a front headlock, nothing. Collar tie, there wasn't even a collar tie. I'm like, get the fuck off of me.
I didn't collar tie. You're right.
I know, because you couldn't. I'm like, get the fuck off of me.
Because I wrestle like a lefty. It's called a Steiner tie with your left arm.
Oh, whatever it is, you couldn't fucking put your hands on me.
Dildo. $6,800 in DraftKings Fantasy versus $9,400. If you are on the Carlos Vera side, which there is a case to be made to be on that side, then that's insane value in DraftKings Fantasy. Josias Musasa, obviously wildly dangerous, can make something happen on the feet. This is likely going to end in finish in one way or another. Lots of questions here. Should be lots of answers. This should be a really fun fight. If you do want to check out any bets that we have on this fight, if you want to check out all the picks, including what the artificial intelligence.
Bet? I think I do.
If you want to see what the artificial intelligence thinks about this fight, you can unlock
you
all of that right now, not just for this fight, not just for this card, but for this entire month.
We'll give you a free play here. I had this fight to not go the distance. Sign up today for more.
for more. And if you sign up today, when I say for a month, it's literally a month. Today is March 11th. You will have full access to April 11th. WeWantPicks.com. Click Become a Member at the top.
I was trying to really think of something that would be funny. Like, what have you done for a month? I was trying to think of something like, when's the last time you had a month-long bowel movement? Or I couldn't think of anything that was funny but also could make sense. What do you think?
I try to do that with the $10 because the $10 is such an insignificant amount of money. So I try to think of clever things. All I got was if you just switch from 2-ply to 1-ply, that's more than $10.
Why would you do that?
How that could be one of the. You need both plies.
That could be one of the worst decisions anybody has ever made. Do not do that. Have you been telling people to do that? Do not do that. One of the best things, one of the most important things to invest in your life is fucking toilet paper. You're telling me you go to a hotel, take a shit, and you feel good about yourself walking around that day?
That's not the ply. That's the softness.
That is the ply. That is thin, single ply that you cannot get clean with. I bring wet wipes, and I still feel dirty after a shit at a hotel. Because sometimes I will bring a whole roll of my own toilet paper. Do not tell people to cut back on toilet paper.
Travels with toilet paper. Sure. All right.
I'm serious, man.
Listen. Okay,
this
I told
isn't
you
like fun, joking stuff. Do not do that.
I apologize.
Have you had hemorrhoids?
Never. I tried to think of funny, useless things for $10. My bad, guys. It's all right.
Do not do that.
We will rebuild. Next up, at UFC Vegas 104, we have Diyar Nurgozhay taking on Brendson Ribeiro. Diyar Nurgozhay is... Where the hell are you going? All right. 10-0 in his career. Undefeated. 5-0 in his last 5. He has 8 career stoppages. He's taking on Brendson Ribeiro. Brendson Ribeiro, 16-7 in his career. 3-2 in his last 5. He's coming off his first UFC win. I don't know what this kid is doing. Anyway, Diyar Nurgozhay is from Kazakhstan. That's where Borat is from. Famously, the home of Borat. But quickly, it's becoming the home of young up-and-coming MMA fighters because Diyar and a handful of other really good prospects are from there. They have, technically speaking, they are the world's highest pubis producer and soon maybe one of the best producers of young up-and-coming fighters. Diyar is an absolute dog. He's got big hands, big wrestling, very good resume for a UFC debut. He's a wrestler by trade, but he has no issues mixing it up on the feet. He'll find finishes absolutely anywhere. We've seen him grind for 15 minutes. We've seen him get finishes under 1 minute. Diyar's a very real prospect. He's a breath of fresh air in a pretty tricky division right now that could use a little bit of juice. Taking on Brendson Ribeiro. He's an offensive striker who's got solid grappling. And I specifically say offensive striker because he'll move forward, he'll bomb away, but he gets hit. He gets hit a lot. His takedowns are mediocre, but if the fight does end up on the ground, he's very aggressive. He'll hunt for submissions. He's dangerous both off top and off of his back. And while Ribeiro has pretty well-rounded offense, he does have a quit button. He can be finished. He's coming off a close decision win over Caio Machado, and that got his hand raised for the first time in the UFC. Did I see Jacob crawling under his desk, dude? Listen, there's a couple of UFC debuts on this card. We just broke one down his last fight, didn't fully trust him. We're breaking down this one. We're breaking down another one shortly, and I love both of them. Diyar is very good. He could absolutely win this fight anywhere. He can win on the feet. He can win with just straight up cardio and pressure and wrestling. He's got a great resume. He's got high-quality wins. He's not a typical UFC debut that's just been crushing cans this whole time. Wait, were you crawling around under your desk and then you somehow crawled back and then walked from... What just happened?
I got a Coke.
You weren't crawling on the floor just now?
Wait, what? I just got a Coke, dude.
Am I losing it?
What? I don't know what's happening. Is it my breakdown?
You swear to God you weren't crawling in that room just now?
I just got back with the Coke.
Well, then your house is haunted or your mother's sneaking around in there. Ask your mom if she was just crawling around.
Mom! Mom! Were you just in here? Huh? You weren't in here? Yes, you wasn't.
All right, well, it's your breakdown. I picked Diyar.
Here's what I'll say. Is that you didn't say my name? Am I allowed to talk? I know you get mad when I.
You can talk, yeah.
Don't get my prompt. Oh, thank you. I think, and see if you agree with this analogy, with this example here. It feels like this fight is going to be like the Austin Lane Mario Pinto fight, where Brendson, with his style, is probably going to land something at some point on Diyar, because Diyar he's a methodical, very good technical boxer, but he will kind of take his time, just like we saw Mario, right? UFC debut, and he said, like, it took me a little bit to get my flow, UFC jitters, all this type of stuff. And if Brendson lands heavy, he can hurt this guy, but I don't know if he's going to be able to put him out. And it feels like, just like Austin Lane, he hurt him, and it got him just a little bit too overconfident, and that's when he was able to get knocked out by Mario. I think the same thing could happen here. Ribeiro is a wild guy that's kind of tamed it down, but it feels like he might land a big shot with Diyar being a little bit too hesitant, not put him all the way out, get a little bit too happy, and then Diyar finds that big shot. So I like the boxing of Diyar. All the respect in the world for Brendson and how he fights, and if he lands a shot, he can knock anybody out, but a little bit too wild for me, and I think it's another example. There's a few fights like this where you have a technical kind of counter striker against these wild strikers, and usually when those people clash, it's the technical counter striker that can get it done. I like Diyar to get it done, and I kind of felt like I was up to get something, and I ate like a whole pizza, and it feels like I haven't eaten anything. I don't know why that is.
I don't either. Is this a setup for something? Why were you crawling around on the floor?
I don't know what you're talking about. I went up. I went and got a Coke. I walk back. I come back, pet the dog a little bit. The dog's healthy. Thank you for asking. Got
maybe the dog was walking
around. She's asleep.
Dude, then and I'm looking at my notes, so it was a corner of my eye, but your shit's haunted. You were crawling around on the floor or your shit's haunted. Those are the only two options.
Well, I mean, not every ghost is bad. How many people have died in the history of whatever? If everyone turns into a ghost, there's got to be good ones too. Right? Why is every ghost? Have you ever heard of Casper? You think there's only one Casper? If there's one Casper, then fucking... What if you're just haunted by some vixen, man? some little divorcee that died a little young and still looking to get it.
All right, well, start hump in the air and see what goes your way. Jacob and I both on Diyar here. I don't think there'll be much success on the other side.
You don't think very often?
I just think Diyar is much better literally everywhere.
So that was a big moment.
I'm looking forward to his UFC debut here. He's got a good resume. I mentioned he's not a can crusher. He's not a guy that's like, his last opponent was 2-200.
No, and you said it looks like you.
No, I never said he looked like me.
Like you fucking wish that you looked like him. But you guys literally look like you could be 100% brothers.
A lot of people were saying that. A lot of people were saying that this week.
Your actual brother looks fucking nothing like you, especially compared to this guy.
Yeah, no, literally, Fitty doesn't look like me at all.
You guys could literally be if you guys were twins, I would not question it.
Do I really look that much like this guy?
Yes.
I mean, he's not an ugly dude, so I don't give a fuck. I'll take it.
I mean, you got the little stupid fucking chin. His lips are a little poutier, I will say that. A little softer eyes as well. Better nose, right? A little more masculine nose.
I've got sunglass.
You got your nose
tan
done.
Right here. I've got sunglass tan right here.
If you guys didn't know, Angelo did get his nose done.
I got my nose done. I still ended up with this.
Well, it's because he had to get it done after what I got done with you. So
it is all documented. Just search "We Want Picks the Fight." Dude, this is gonna be a 3-hour video. We got it.
It's not my fault. I'm gone half the time. What's taking
you? You were crawling around on the floor. Nobody knows why. WeWantPicks.com. Click Become a Member at the top. You can unlock all the picks, the bets, the tools, and everything else that we offer for an entire month. For an entire month. WeWantPicks.com. Next up, at UFC Vegas 104, we have Sam Hughes taking on Stephanie Luciano. Stephanie Luciano, 6-1 in her career. 3-1-1 in her last 5. She's coming off that rematch win over Talita Alencar in her UFC debut. She's taking on Sam Hughes, 9-6 in her career, 3-2 in her last 5, alternating between wins and losses. We'll start on the Sam Hughes side because she's the more established fighter here. She's the pressure fighter as well. She's a bully. She's going to move forward aggressively, nonstop, stay in your face. She was like a former track star or I think track and field or full track or whatever it was. Yeah, she could just run for years. Cross country. She could just run for years.
That's not just running. That's running through the woods, baby.
And she won't stop. And that's how she fights too. She just moves
Michael
forward.
Myers is never catching her.
She just never stops. She can be hittable, though. She does have a negative striking differential. She's got some wrestling. There's 7 takedowns in her UFC career. Plenty of pressure. Insanely tough. Not very dangerous. She will exploit her opponent's cardio holes, but she will take a beating along the way. She's coming off the decision win over Victoria Dudakova, where she was not the more technical ins and out better fighter, but the insane cardio, the pressure, the willingness to move forward, the unwillingness to quit or break. Absolutely got that done. She's taking on Stephanie Luciano. Stephanie Luciano is a busy come-forward striker who wants to close distance. She'll get you to the cage, and she'll work you to the ground. If she gets you to the ground, she'll camp out. She'll rack up some control time. While she's staying safe, she'll occasionally work in an elbow or two. She's not very dangerous, but she's always moving forward. Plenty of cardio. She's coming off that rematch win over Talita Alencar, where the striking was sharp, the takedown defense was solid, and her get-up game also looked great. Sam's a pretty big dog here at 2-1, and it's continuing to widen. And honestly, skill-wise, the odds make sense. If I'm just looking at skills, ins and outs, and skills, Stephanie is the better, more technical fighter. But as we've seen with Sam Hughes, the nonstop forward pressure, the unwillingness to move backwards, the unwillingness to break, can give a lot of people a very hard time. I'm going to pick Stephanie to win this fight. With that being said, Sam now and in every other fight is always a perfect plus 3.5. Always. She can always win a round, especially the third round of pretty much any fight that is a little bit juiced. Stephanie's going to be the pick. Maybe I'll go ahead and place that plus 3.5. What do you think, Jakey boy?
There's a quote, and I don't know what it is exactly, but I see it on TikTok every once in a while. It's always a motivational thing, but it basically is, it's really hard to beat somebody that won't quit, right? And a lot of times in MMA, it really does come down to who just is not the quitter, right? And I'm not saying that nothing that Stephanie has shown that she's a quitter, so I'm not saying that she is a quitter. But I fucking know that Sam Hughes is not a quitter. This is a girl, I think it's her 10th UFC fight, has been an underdog in every single fight, but the fights that she is winning is because she is just breaking girls down. When I'm looking at her record, Estela Nunes, Elise Reed, Jacqueline Amorim, Victoria Dudakova. I actually think that she beat Pierre Rodriguez as well. That's winning 5 of your last 6 fights. Only loss against Yasmin in Mexico. Yasmin's a very high-level striker, and if you don't have power to really hurt her, which Sam doesn't really have power, it's really hard to outbox Yasmin, but she stayed in the fight, was still working forward in that fight. Stephanie has fought fucking Talita. The only person she's fought in 3 years is Talita. Sam Hughes is kind of the opposite of Talita. Talita is just going to kind of shoot desperately for legs if she can't get it. So she'll kind of march forward, but she gasses, she gets tired, kind of a one-trick pony. Sam Hughes is going to get in your face. She's going to fucking stay in your face. She's going to throw volume, and the second you even look like you're getting tired, she's going to jump all over you. I was all over her for the Victoria Dudakova fight. And I'm going to get the same reactions this week as I got that week. She wasn't my lock of the week then. Probably should have been. But I'll be honest. In that fight, Victoria surprised me. That was the worst I think I've seen Sam Hughes look in a while. And she still fucking won the fight because she is just all forward, all pressure, doesn't quit, knew how to get out of the very late situation she was in to be able to steal that round back and win that fight. I'm all over Sam Hughes. This is not Talita, and as good as Stephanie, has looked against somebody who can't strike and can't do anything else if she can't get you to the ground, I think that she's going to be a little bit overwhelmed against Samantha Sampage in this one. So I like Sam Hughes, and I've been this is a future bet for me. I've had a bet on this for a few weeks, so
it's been on there. And listen, I'm not betting on Stephanie here. The round over is as good as gold, so the round over is probably rock solid.
And what do I say to people when I am picking against a Brazilian female? It's usually pretty good.
What do you say?
No, I'm just saying. I mean, people know the stats. Usually when I'm picking against a Brazilian female, it's...
You started this with, what do I say when I pick against Brazilian females? So what do you say?
That I'm usually right.
So you say, I'm usually right.
I like Sam Hughes in this one.
Yeah, dude. What the just talk yourself into a fucking corner.
Hey. You can't win, so win.
Hey, you should DM that to her. She might win.
You can't
She
win,
can't, but she will
win. I talked to Sam this week as well in our message because we were live streaming her last fight against Victoria, and I went crazy. And I sent her the reaction. She was like, "This is badass." Sam's really cool. She's really, really cool.
There we go. $8,800 in DraftKings Fantasy for Stephanie Luciano. That is full fade 100% of the times. If you are considering one of these sides, it's got to be the $7,400 on the Sam Hughes side. She will work for your money. She will move forward, work in pressure, try to make something happen. I'm on the Stephanie Luciano side, but any money I put on this fight would be the plus 3.5 on Sam Hughes or the over 2.5 on the rounds.
You know what I randomly love about this? And I'm pretty sure I don't know of any changes, but she's at Fortis with Saif Saud, and I love him in Apex fights because the judges can hear everything he says. He talks the entire time, but he does even if she whiffs on a left hand, nice left hand, Sam. Yeah. Lands a glancing shot, nice right hand. And in a fight like this, which is probably going to be close, I'm not saying Sam Hughes is going to finish this girl. It's probably close. I like the pressure fighter in close fights. But honestly, that could be an X factor of Saif Saud being in there, being like, nice.
That's how Ayman Zahabi beat Javid Bajrat when they fought. Literally, the corners yelling that nonsense was the difference.
When I'm at the Apex, I literally try to do that for my fighter. Like with 30 seconds to go, I'll be like, "This is a nice round, you know." So the judges are thinking, "Oh well, that was a nice round, wasn't it?" I literally do that shit at the Apex because I can hear every fucking word you say, so you might as well help him out.
Well, there you go. Hopefully, they help Jacob do a couple winning bets here. And if you do want to unlock all of Jacob's bets and my bets, Sam's bets, just go to WeWantPicks.com, click Become a Member at the top. It's only $10 for an entire month. That month will give you full access to every single pick, bet, or tool that we offer. There's no tiers. It's not this much money for bets and then a little bit more for... No, $10 for literally everything. WeWantPicks.com. Next up, at UFC Vegas 104, we have the featured fight of the evening. We have a surprisingly low spot on this card for Ryan Spann, a UFC vet. Plenty of good fights under his belt. But here he is. It's a featured prelim, but it's still a prelim. He's taking on Waldo Cortes-Acosta. Waldo, 12-1 in his career, 4-1 in his last 5. He's coming off that grapple-heavy win over Robelis de Spain. Ryan Spann, 22-10 in his career, 2-3 in his last 5. He's coming off that win. His first win in 3 years. Waldo Cortes-Acosta, a fun athletic striker. He's tough as nails. He's got okay power on his side. We've seen some flashiness at times. He started his career just doing the salsa dancing. I think he's gotten away from that a little bit. But he does land an impressive almost 6 significant strikes per minute. We've seen on numerous occasions how insanely tough he is. He survived some chaos early in his last fight. We've seen him survive some of the worst leg kicks I've ever seen, entirely unaffected. He did also just turn into a Nurmagomedov in that last fight to get that win, but you do what you got to do, and it was nice to see that extra wrinkle in his skill set. He's taking on 6'5" powerhouse Ryan Spann. Incredible 81-inch reach on him as well. He's a very dangerous guy with 19 stoppages and 22 wins, but he's not all power. He can wrestle. He averages more than 1 takedown per fight. 13 of his stoppages are submissions, and he's in a threat the entire 15 minutes. He can keep that cardio and that pace up. He's coming off that bounce-back win over OSP, where he landed clean, and then he choked him out when OSP shot a takedown. So Ryan submitted him, but it wasn't Ryan initiating the grappling exchanges. This entire breakdown is going to be interesting, because normally I'll sit here and I'll tell you, ooh, these odds are wide. Ooh, this fight's closer than it looks. I don't see that here. These odds do not seem wide. These seem pretty spot on for me. I know people don't love Waldo, and I get it, and you're probably surprised he's a 2-1 favorite here, but the reality is he should be. He's faster. He's got plenty of movement. He can avoid the big strikes. He's got plenty of cardio. He knows when to engage, when not to engage. We saw that he can wrestle. Waldo's wildly athletic. I think he gets it done here, and as long as he's not gun-shy and actually commits, I think Waldo wins this fight, so Waldo's going to be the pick. What do you think, Jakey boy?
Yeah, I'm going to go Waldo. He's a more technical striker. Honestly, the thing that I like the most here is the over 1.5. I think they both kind of respect each other's power, especially Waldo, as you mentioned, is a very durable guy. So even if Ryan Spann lands, I think he can kind of shoulder shrug it off and walk away with it. And Waldo, is a little bit overrated in his power. I know he's got that kind of that fastball right hand, but we've seen him go to decisions plenty. So I think the over 1.5 here is a play that I would play, but as a pick, I'm going to go Waldo. He's a durable guy and still kind of coming into his own. Still, kind of new to the MMA game. So although he's a little bit older, I imagine he's still going to be improving fight to fight. Figuring out the footwork, get a little bit faster, maybe some ground game as well. So Ryan's always going to have that power and obviously threaten the submissions if he does land something. But the worst thing that Waldo could do, I just thought about off the top of my head because that's how I roll, is try to bring in that rest. Oh, another powerful guy. Let me because. Sloppy shots against Ryan Spann, he's going to grab your fucking neck. So as long as he's not like wrestling heavy for some goddamn reason, I think he should be able to just outstrike him.
Well, he wrestled heavy in his last fight, so you never know.
Fucking Robles, who's still fucking killing people. He's killed like 3 people in karate combat.
Anybody who doesn't take him down is in a world of hurt. So
killed him
for sure.
For Waldo sure. Was like, fuck that.
So $8,300 in DraftKings Fantasy versus $7,900. $8,300 is hard to spend unless you think he either A, wins by finish, or B, does activate that Nurmagomedov mode again. And I actually think he may. So $8,300, I probably will put that in my lineup. If you do want to check out all of the picks, all the bets, all the tools, the data analyzer, which has the tape index, the brand new DraftKings Optimizer, which has the sort of beginner mode to walk you through how to use it, the data, The fight simulator that simulates fights 100,000 times. It is only $10 for an entire month. WeWantPicks.com. Click Become a Member at the top. Couple Super Chatterooskies. $2 from Lou Bond. He said, it's not much, but I appreciate any veteran. Salute. I'm assuming that's for you, Jakey boy.
I'm not a veteran, but I'm a hero. That's what they tell me, and they thank me for my service, so I thank you guys. And unlike Angelo, I do appreciate our troops. Love our troops. They see, look, Angelo thinks it's funny. I'm trying to literally give a thanks to our fucking troops, and Angelo can't help but laugh.
You said, unlike Angelo, I appreciate the troops.
I'm trying to salute our troops earlier, and you do a salute like this, which is so disrespectful.
You asked me to salute you, who is a nobody.
I was saluting our troops, and you were being disrespectful. I love our troops. I think they're the
name four troops.
To be able to voluntarily sign up.
4 troops.
What do you mean troops? 4 branches of the military or something? You dumb bitch.
Actual troops.
You fucking retard.
Which?
Okay.
Your sister wasn't your sister?
81st Airborne. 83rd. On the ground, people.
The mechanics.
Yeah.
Okay. We have a $5 super chat from Humble Reaper. He says, yuck. I hate these dudes. Kevin James is the worst, but Premium won me money for the 12th week in a row. So I put up with them. Fuck it. Watch if I care. I don't care. Thank you. Also, calling me Kevin James is a compliment. That dude's fucking sitcom royalty. King of Queens is one of the best sitcoms. His
stand-up sucks.
His stand-up's not great. I said sitcom royalty. King of Queens is one of the best sitcoms you'll ever see in your life.
It literally is the most. You know how good it is. This is how you know it's good. Every time I watch it, I think, man, this is so underrated.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know why. Like, I always forget about King of Queens, and I've watched it fucking, like, I've watched it. We can recite every fucking episode, basically, once it gets going, but I always forget about it for some reason, and then the second I start watching, I'm always like, fuck, this is good, dude.
It's
so good.
Every character in King of Queens is an unbelievable character. Spence is unbelievable. His cousin Danny is unbelievable. He's unbelievable. Carrie plays that role perfectly. Arthur is Arthur. Like, every single person is perfect in their role. It's an unbelievable show.
One of my favorite episodes is when, I can't remember, they were arguing about something. They were in the kitchen or whatever, and it was the way the argument was going, and Arthur was in the middle of it. Arthur, the way he was acting, like, didn't know, like, that they were, like, married or whatever. It's so funny. But the line he gives is, he just looks at Doug, he goes, "Do you touch her?" It's so funny because he's like dead serious about it too. "Do you touch her? Like, you bastard." And Doug's just like, "What?"
Dude, the show is so good. It's unbelievable. We do have this comment from Din Dad. He said, Kevin James is awesome. He wrestled too. Kevin James was like a high-level athlete. He either played Division I football or he wrestled at a Division I level. Like, he's a high-level athlete. And you can tell the episode where he's on the stripper pole and he, like, does all those moves, that's not, like, that's just raw athleticism. Like, that wasn't... That wasn't.
You can even tell in the stupid football skits. He's such a big guy that moves so fast. Like, he's
so
fast.
No, he's a real athlete. He played sports in college. Last little tidbit: I met Boss Rutan. So Kevin James used to train with Boss Rutan just to, like, train, and he loves the sport, get in shape, do all those things. If you watch old episodes of King of Queens, he wears the Boss Rutan shirt, like a
lot of 50 Cent stuff shirt. Too.
The rapper?
Yeah, he wears a lot of 50 Cent memorabilia in there.
So he wears the Boss Rutan shirt. He's a big Boss Rutan guy. I met Boss Rutan. I said, let me ask you something. Like, what is it like training Kevin James? And he said, he was like, I am 100% serious, but he said it in his accent.
Do it in his accent, please.
No, I can't. I have to hear it. I can't even.
I am 100%.
No, it's a very different accent.
I know. He's like, I can hear it, but it's hard to do.
Yeah, he's like, I am 100% serious. He is the hardest kicker I have ever trained with in my life. And he was not joking. So, pretty cool dude. So, thanks for the insult and the $5. Oh, forgot that this was a promo slide. I'll speed right through these. If you want $50, we'll send you $50. We got a bunch of affiliates. If you go to WeWantPicks.com/bets, use any of the affiliate links. You sign up, you make a deposit. We send you $50. They're going to pay me. I'll slice off some of that money and I'll give it right back to you. Very straightforward, very simple. You can use that money to become a premium member, but I recommend you sign up for premium before and you don't wait. We just released our latest and greatest tool, a brand new optimizer. It does all the things that an optimizer is supposed to do. We added some more things, like the ability to set the minimum exposure, the maximum exposure. You can set variances between your lineups. And we also added a full beginner mode. When I told the developer, I said, I want to build an optimizer with a TurboTax style mode. I said, we've got 35,000 subscribers. A giant chunk of these people don't know what DraftKings Fantasy is, are intimidated by playing DraftKings Fantasy or using these tools. So why are we assuming, and when I say we, I mean just the collective industry, why are we assuming everybody knows what ownership projections are? Why are we assuming everybody knows what exposure? Why are we assuming anybody knows what any of this shit is? People know that they want to watch fights. They want to maybe make $1 watching fights. They want to have some more fun watching fights. DraftKings checks all of those boxes. And if you want to use the optimizer, you just put it in the beginner mode and it will ask you questions like TurboTax. It'll say, who are your 3 most confident favorites on this card? And you click a few. Then it'll say, who are your 3 most confident underdogs on this card? You pick a few. It'll say, who do you not want at all in any of your, who absolutely who do you not think will win? You click a few buttons. You click a few buttons. It asks you questions. You answer logical questions, and then it will build the lineups for you. We're trying to change this game. We're trying to invite people into the sport that we love. I love DraftKings. I love UFC. We have completely redesigned the idea of what an optimizer is and how it works so that the new people, the casuals, as people will say, which that is not an insult. That's insane to make that an insult, can also have access to these things. And you can unlock the optimizer, the fight simulator, and everything else. Just go to WeWantPicks.com. It's $10 for a freaking month. $10. What a joke. Here's the 4 events you're going to get for $10. That's even more of a joke. And if you're watching this on Wednesday the 12th instead of Tuesday the 11th, you're going to get 5 events, and the 5th one is UFC 314. And everything we offer, including that new optimizer, is available inside of the app. Just search We Want Picks in the App Store. Become a damn premium member. Support everything that we do. WeWantPicks.com. Click Become a Member at the top. I moved some content. We have a second channel. Subscribe to that channel. If you don't go ask me where the content is because I moved it. I'm trying to clean things up and streamline. And here's the address for mail day. If you want to send some mail for the vlog, it is We Want Picks, P.O. Box 406, Prosper, Texas, 75078. Jakey boy, chin up, sit up. We're ready to go. Opening up the UFC Vegas 104 main card, we have Su Young Yu taking on AJ Cunningham. Su Young Yu, 14-3 in his career, 3-1-1 in his last 5. He's coming off a successful UFC debut. He's taking on AJ Cunningham. AJ Cunningham is 11-4 in his career, 2-3 in his last 5. He's looking for his first UFC win. Su Young Yu is a non-stop wrestler. He's going to shoot takedowns sometimes before the gloves even touch. If he does entertain the striking, it's really just to pump out a jab and then dive at a leg. He's literally attempting 20 to 30 takedowns per fight. He'll even throw a jab at your knee. Just touch your knee, just to let you know, hey, I can get here if I wanted to get you thinking about what's going on. He can be sloppy, but he is unrelenting. When he gets to the ground, he's an aggressive grappler. He's constantly climbing, working for something, looking for a submission. He's coming off that decision win over Bargan Jalusali, where he went 2 for 5 in takedown attempts. He's taking on AJ Cunningham. AJ's a genuinely good dude. He's overcome a whole bunch of shit, a lot of it before he was even 12 years old. Fighting-wise, he's a long, powerful striker. He gets hit, but he does not stop coming forward. He does not have the cleanest technique, but he's powerful. He'll work in everything from head kicks to spinning back fists. He can also just be a good old-fashioned country boy wrestler with big takedown slams and lots of activity. But despite the offensive wrestling success, the defensive wrestling isn't quite there. He's coming off that TKO finish to Ludovic Klein on short notice. To me, this is a simple 1 + 1 = 2 fight here. You
stupid bitch.
As in Young Yu can. Oh yeah, what was my formula? You fuckstick.
What did you just say?
You said I was stupid after saying it's a simple 1 + 1 = 2 fight. So what was the formula that you disagree with?
Oh, you just gonna shoot a takedown and get the takedown to win the fight.
Perfect. I will bet you. How much money would you like to bet on this? I'm picking Su Young Yu. You're about to annoy me, so let's bet.
I'll put $250 on AJ Cunningham plus 500.
And what would I get?
Well, do the math on your own. I know that if I can.
Let's just do 2. I'll do 500, and If I win, you get 500. If I win, I get 250. If you win, you get 500. Let's do that.
2-1 odds for.
Well, I'm not doing 7-1. I'm not doing 7-1. That's stupid.
Bet I'll give you.
I'm not doing 7-1 odds.
Jackass.
Why don't you tell us why you think AJ Cunningham wins?
I'll do it anyway. 250, 500. I'll do it just like I fucked out. You fucking screwed you last time.
Okay,
we played
perfect.
this stupid fucking game.
All right, perfect.
Here's what I'll say. I am picking AJ Cunningham. I am considering him for lock of the week. What does worry me is this is at 135. This guy in his last fight was pretty big at 155 versus Ludwig Klein. It was like on 3 days' notice. And let me just say that Su Young Yu is not fucking Ludwig Klein. And AJ Cunningham had some moments in that fight. He got up from some takedowns, had some success striking, got hurt to the body. But this guy is a tough fucking kid. This is a tough son of a bitch. When I talk about looking for a dog in lock of the week, it should be a picture of fucking AJ Cunningham. The way that this kid is a fucking dog. Angelo's mentioned, been through a lot of fucking shit. He's at Factory X now. Maybe I'm a little bit biased, but I've talked to some people in that gym, and they said he's been looking great, really improved since he's been at Factory X. Who's at Factory X that he's wrestling with every day? Isaac Dolgarian. If you put Isaac Dolgarian and Sung Young Yu in a fucking gym, Isaac Dolgarian's going to have that dude mounted in 36 seconds eating fucking elbows. And from what I've heard from AJ Cunningham at Factory X is he's doing really well against the wrestling of Isaac Dolgarian. And if he stuffs the wrestling or is able to counter wrestle, because he's a good grappler in his own right, like you mentioned with his offensive grappling and stuff, really, really big and long at 135. If he's able to stuff, counter wrestle, keep this on the feet, he is the better striker. He's the more powerful striker. He's the more durable striker. I saw this guy, Sung Young Yu, sitting on the mat after the second round of a fight, just getting ice on his chest, about to fucking die in there. AJ Cunningham, if he can defend the takedowns, especially early, is going to fucking bury this dude. He's going to smoke this dude. Could submit this dude. And I've already played the plus 500. I think this should be a fucking pick'em fight, honestly. I just pray to God that he makes the weight and looks good doing it, because that's going to be a fucking hell of a cut, man. He's a big dude.
He's definitely a big dude. The weight cut is interesting. He's never done it before. This will be the first time. And if he's defending takedowns, even if he has early success, it's going to get harder and harder and harder to do as he gets more and more tired. I agree with everything. There's only one
person that's going to get tired of this one, I promise.
And I agree with everything you said. This isn't a slight to AJ. Maybe it's just my...
and I've talked to AJ, all biases aside. I talked to AJ. I sent him a picture of this Sung Young Yu guy sitting on the mat. I was like, this guy, you can fucking break this guy. I promise you can fucking break this guy. And he's like, I know I can.
Listen, I don't disagree with the things you're saying. I just feel a lot stronger in the wrestling pressure from Su Young Yu. What this is not Josh Van versus Rai Tsura. Yeah, this is not that.
I think it look like that. Honestly,
I don't and the only reason I don't think it's that is because AJ is mostly a grappler, and I just think Su Young Yu's wrestling is going to be too good.
He landed some combinations on fucking Ludwig Klein in that fight. If you rewatch that, the way he was throwing stuff, you can tell, like, oh. And now being at Factory X too, I mean, you can clown on whatever, my bias or whatever.
I didn't
but they've
clown
been fucking.
on
I'm not saying you. I'm saying,
no, I got it.
People, whatever, can. But I mean, everyone at Factory X been looking fucking sharp.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I get it. I'm on the U side. I just think the non-stop wrestling is going to be the difference here.
And
I do think the weight cut matters very much.
At 135, this is definitely I feel good about it now. If this was at 145, it'd be. And I told Angelo this. I was like, if this was 145, AJ Cunningham is my lock of the week. I don't think twice about it. But the weight cut, we do have to kind of wait and see a little bit, see what he looks like on Friday. And hopefully he does make it and looks healthy. And either way, because I hate for him to try to do all this and then miss weight, or you can't do it and can't fight. And
sure.
So, root for
well,
him.
and what was impressive in his last fight, A, it was Ludwig Klein, who's very good, and B, it was wildly short notice. And he didn't give
4
a
days
fuck.
notice, yeah.
And
I will say this, I believe from what I've been told, he's at Factory X, so Coach Montoya, I think, is going to be in his corner, but I think Bryce Mitchell is also going to be in his corner because that's his boy. So
yeah. No, this should be a very fun fight. That's why this fight is on the main card. I think the UFC recognizes this fight should be fun in general, regardless of what side wins. If you do want to check out all the picks, predictions, bets, and everything else that we do, just go to wewantpicks.com. Click Become a Member at the top. You'll unlock every single thing that we offer for only $10. Next up. What are you doing?
Hold on. Oh! 80 got fouled. He hit a 4-point play to win the game.
You watching a
Oh
highlight?
my God, the Pacers. I won't put it on the screen. Dude, Halliburton hit a 3 at the buzzer, got fouled when he hit it. 4-point play to win the game. I don't know if that's ever happened before. Holy shit.
Basketball. All my energy goes into one sport. And it's this one. Next up at UFC Vegas 104, we have DaMon Blackshear taking on Cody Gibson. DaMon Blackshear, 15-7 in his career, 3-2 in his last 5. He's coming off that win over Cody Stamen. He's taking on Cody Gibson, 21-10 in his career, 3-2 in his last 5, and he's coming off his second UFC win. DaMon Blackshear is very good. He's an athletic striker with impressive speed and power. He can grapple as well. He's got takedowns in all but one of his UFC fights. Actually, all but 2, technically speaking, because his last fight, he did win by submission, but he didn't get a takedown. He was absolutely dotting up Cody Stamen. He rocked him, he wobbled him, and then he submitted him. DaMon Blackshear is very good. Technical boxer, clean takedowns. He does have 4 losses in the UFC. All of those are good as well. He's taking on Cody Gibson, solid striker who uses his length really well. He's very long. He can be very busy in exchanges. He uses that length to set up strikes and defend takedowns. He has 13 takedowns in his UFC career, but he's primarily a striker. If you do take him down, you could have some success sort of holding him there and riding it out. He's coming off the decision win over Chad Anheliger, where he was getting touched up on the feet, but the wrestling and the grappling looked pretty good. Luckily for DaMon, he's got some decent takedown defense, because what I imagine here is that DaMon is going to be the much better fighter in the feet, just faster, cleaner, more accurate. Cody is a very durable guy, so he's going to stick around. He's going to look to wrestle. And I think the striking gap is going to be wide enough, and I think DaMon's takedown defense will be good enough that DaMon is going to be the pick here. But in a year where massive favorites, not Su Young Yu, but other massive favorites are going down. The analogy I had for my quick picks video was like a cheerleader under the bleachers. DaMon might be your fade. I'm going to pick him, but I can't. These odds are nuts. What do you think, Jakey boy?
Yeah, I actually like Cody Gibson in this fight. It feels like he can do. Here's what I'll say. I think it's going to be DaMon the one shooting the takedowns off the pressure from Cody Gibson. And if he is trying to shoot the takedowns off his back foot, that means he doesn't like the pressure. I don't think he's going to get the takedowns if it's a fight like that. And then Cody Gibson is just going to be able to swarm this guy. Because as quick as DaMon is with the hands, he's not a crazy dangerous guy. So he can kind of walk through those shots. And Cody Gibson, confident in his wrestling to be able to pressure the wrestler, feels like he's just going to walk through the speed of DaMon, make it kind of a dirty fight, force DaMon to try and wrestle, and we've seen DaMon on his back and stuff as well. So, Cody Gibson showed in his last fight, I think, a next level of wrestling, grappling, and control too, right? I mean, the heavy hips, the way he was able to keep control in certain positions, I think he just kind of cancels out the grappling advantage that DaMon usually has versus other people. And on the feet, I think it comes down to a volume situation. Probably going to be a decision fight. A lot of times when you get a couple grapplers, they end up just striking for 15 minutes. Nobody has real power, so they kind of go back and forth. And in those back and forth exchanges, usually the person walking backwards against the fences loses on the scorecard. So a little bit of a flyer here. I don't love it, but Cody Gibson, if this is a 50-50 fight, I think he's the one moving forward, and I think that could be enough to win a split.
Yeah, I think it's close. I mean, I'm going to be on the DaMon side just because I think he's the better striker, and I think the wrestling defense is there. But I agree, this is a very close fight. And Cody Gibson will just move forward and will try to make something happen. So he's not gonna wilt, or he's not just gonna eat a few shots and just break. And he's durable. So I think this could be a close fight. I think the over 2.5 makes a ton of sense here. DraftKings Fantasy, $9,200 for DaMon. I'm probably not going to spend that because while I think he wins, I do think this goes to a decision, and unless he turns into a nonstop wrestler, it's likely some pitter-patter, some takedown defense, pitter-patter, takedown defense. Vegas hates wrestling, so even if there is some wrestling on the Cody side, might not score that incredibly well, and DaMon can just win with the striking, maybe get a little bit of a tiny bloody nose, and then that's it. That's the decision. If you do want to check out all the picks, the bets, the tools, and everything else that we offer, WeWantPicks.com. Click Become a Member at the top. What'd you laugh at?
I just been rewatch. I mean, the highlight's insane. I wish you enjoyed sports because, I mean, a 4-point play to win the game is crazy.
I enjoy backyard sports and fights. That's basically it.
Backdoor sports? What kind of
backyard.
Sports is that?
Yard.
Backdoor sports?
Sports in the yard. Next up, at UFC Vegas 104, we have one of the UFC's most unreliable fighters on the roster in Alexander Hernandez taking on Kurt Holobaugh. Alexander Hernandez is 15-8 in his career. 2-3 in his last 5. He's coming off that win in his return to 155 pounds. He's taking on Kurt Holobaugh. 21-8 in his career. 4-1 in his last 5. Coming off that decision win over Kanyan Kruszuski. Alexander Hernandez is a tough guy to break.
Nerds. Oh, undefeated fighting nerds.
Oh, who? Canyon?
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, that whole picture of the undefeated, they hand-selected 4 of them.
Yeah, you know what people were trying to tell me in my mentions too? Those are the fighting nerds. What you're talking about is the fighting nerds gym. It's like, no, that's not the fuck that is.
Yeah.
They're all part of the fight. They all wear the goddamn glasses. You just picked out the 4 best ones.
And I think they were like the founders of it. So like the 4 original. Everybody else is...
That's what,
in and out.
Myra Bueno Silva was fighting nerds. Thiago Moises was fighting nerds.
Yeah, Thiago won, but yes. I got you, dog. Alexander Hernandez is tough to break down because he has all the tools. He's fast, he's athletic, he can wrestle, he can strike. He can do all of the things. But then he doesn't do the things. He doesn't make good choices in fights. He just won't show up sometimes. Wildly fast, athletic. It's crazy the difference between his actual skills and what he does or does not do in some of these fights. He was having mixed success at 155, so he went to 145. Had no success there. Came back up to 155. This is absolutely where he belongs. And he reminded us of that when he did get a win over Austin Hubbard in his last fight, where we saw the speed, we saw the athleticism, but he did wear the damage. And that could be a problem in this fight because he's taking on Kurt Holobaugh. Kurt Holobaugh is an Ultimate Fighter winner. He was able to do so pretty late in his career. Style-wise, come forward striker, tons of pressure, decent power. Marches forward, throws combinations, and he'll duck out, reset, and do it again. He's got some wrestling as well, but he could use a little more takedown defense. His BJJ, however, is very good. He actually won the Ultimate Fighter with the BJJ. He's coming off that decision win over Kanyan Kruszuski, where the striking was on point. But again, the takedown defense was tough. And if Alexander Hernandez had all of the tools that he has, the speed, the athleticism, the technique, the power, and high fight IQ, he'd be ranked top 5 in the world and would have been for the last couple of years. But he doesn't. He makes terrible decisions. He's almost like a Michael Chandler. But the difference is Michael Chandler is making terrible decisions because he knows it's wildly exciting. He's already a former world champion in Bellator, and he's just trying to get the giant paydays and put on a show. I don't know why Alexander Hernandez chooses to do crazy shit in fights, but he does. And he also wears damage. With Kurt Holobaugh moving forward nonstop, with people only caring about a little bit of blood here and there, I got to go Kurt here. I think he will open up Alexander. Touch him up a few times. He'll wear the damage. He'll open up. He'll continue to move forward the entire time, no matter what. And I think he'll take a decision. Kurt Holobaugh is going to be the pick. What do you think, Jakey boy?
That literally was going to be I was going to say, this sounds stupid, guys, but the way that Alex Hernandez wears damage, I literally think that's going to be the difference in the fight. I think the forward pressure, I literally think the forward pressure and the way that Alex wears damage, and obviously we've seen Alex slow down, and Kurt just kind of stays in people's faces. And I'll tell you the bet that I placed because the odds moved a little bit, and I'm just kind of a nice guy. It's the second bet I'm giving out. I don't know, sign up $10 a month.
What the fuck?
But Kurt Holobaugh inside the distance decisional action, because Alex Hernandez isn't the most powerful guy. He's not the most finishing guy, and if it goes to the ground, Kurt's shown he's a tough dude. Even if it goes to the ground, whatever it is, he can survive down there. And on the feet, he just kind of can walk through stuff. And Alex not the most dangerous guy. And on the flip side, we've seen Alexander slow down. And if he starts slowing down late second in that third, Kurt's going to stay on his ass, and it's not going to be a good situation. So I think that's a good bet. It's minus 140 now. I got it, even money. So, I'm a sharp, that's why you pay the $10 a month. So. But that's the way I played it. He is going to be my pick, but if Alex is able to dog out this decision, I'm not going to be crazy surprised. Like you said, he's a talented guy, and we'll see if he can finally come into his own. Still only 32, so he's got time to still figure it out, but he definitely hasn't become what everyone thought and what he thought he was going to be.
And he has the tools, too. That's the crazy part. He has the tools, like all the physical abilities he has. And he's great looking. Like, he is absolutely somebody the UFC would have loved to do well, so they could market the absolute shit out of him. And it really started to go the wrong direction.
Pretty average looking guy.
Okay. It really started to go the wrong direction for him when he talked all that shit about Cowboy and then Cowboy finished him. That was sort of like, oh boy, a little cringy there. But if you do want to check out all the picks, the bets, the tools, if you also think Kurt Hallbaugh can win this fight and want to see what the optimizer thinks, how many lineups the optimizer puts him in or the fight simulator puts him in, you can unlock every single one of those tools, plus prize picks, plus fantasy, plus FanDuel. Everything that we offer, WeWantPicks.com, click Become a Member at the top. $10 a month. Next up, at UFC Vegas 104, we have Kevin Vallejos taking on Seung-Woo Choi. Seung-Woo Choi, 11-7 in his career, only 1-4 in his last 5. He's coming off that KO loss to Steve Garcia. Taking on Kevin Vallejos, 14-1 in his career, 4-1 in his last 5. That lone loss was to Jean Silva on the Contender Series. And that was interesting because Kevin Vallejos is a 2-time Contender Series alumni. He thought his UFC dreams were over when he lost that first Contender Series fight. But it was to Jean Silva, and it turned out Jean Silva's pretty damn good. So Kevin gets another crack at it, and it worked. He's a powerful striker. He has a beautiful 1-2. If you kick, he's going to catch it, and then he's going to bomb an overhand on the other side. He's very comfortable on the feet. He's very dangerous. He's got impressive speed, and then considering his power, the speed is even more impressive because he manages to be fast and powerful. He doesn't load up. He's got a few submissions, but he does have some grappling holes. He's very young at 23, but he's also a great prospect, bright future. He's taking on Seung-Woo Choi. He's a clean striker. He fights tall. He throws with solid power. He does a really good job utilizing leg kicks, and at times he's going to use them like a jab. He'll throw more leg kicks than actual punches. He's a technical striker. He's going to try to set up some takedowns well, use them to clinch rounds. And while he is a decent fighter, he has been struggling as of late with 4 losses in his last 5 fights, the most recent I mentioned, that KO to Steve Garcia. UFC debuts are always nerve-wracking. There's no comfort whatsoever in betting on a UFC debut. But Kevin seems to be the real deal. He's got great power, great control. He's incredibly fast. He's also fighting somebody who can and has been knocked out before. So I love Kevin in this matchup. Even with the grappling holes, I'm very confident here. I'm all over Kevin Vallejos, and I'm surprised to see these odds actually shrink and not widen. What do you think, Jakey Boom Baloots?
Yeah, Kevin's got all the abilities to win this fight. And honestly, the way that he's been talking, especially on Twitter and stuff, he is a confident fucking kid. So I have no doubt in my mind that he knows that Seung-Woo Choi has been chinned before, and he's going to come across with that pressure, have a nice 3, 4, 5 punch combination, and try to end this fight early and really make a statement, because he seems like one of those people. He is not here just to fucking win. He is one of those kids that he wants to make a fucking statement every time he goes out there. He honestly strikes like Josh Van with like power of Ilya at some points. I mean, the way he can rip the body and his boxing is so clean. Whatever happens, here's another free bet for you. I mean, what are we going to do? Fucking $10 a month if you want to support the cause. I played the under 1.5. The odds are starting to close on that a little bit. Still plus money, but I think no matter what happens, because Troy's got power too. I mean, that Jarno fight, he basically slept Jarno and then jumped on top of him for some reason, and that saved the fight. So I think something happens inside of a round and a half. It's still plus money, but my pick's got to be Kevin because I think he's the one that gets it done.
Yeah, no, I love it. I told you, you and others are saying this isn't that good of a card. Maybe I like this card because watching the tape on the dude who looks like me, watching the tape on Kevin, I was like, these guys are good. These aren't just some random Contender Series people that are getting, these are good fighters with good records. They're established, not this 6-0 bullshit. What are you doing?
How fast can you move your tongue like that?
Not as ridiculously fast as you can. Oh, maybe I can. Tiff.
Holy shit. Oh, my God. No wonder she puts up with your fucking
I've never
retard
seen
bullshit.
it. I've never seen it.
Holy
that was lightning
shit.
fast.
My God. It all makes sense now.
Yeah.
Oh, good for
she
you,
needs to
huh?
be nicer to me. Why is she not
Holy
nicer to me?
Shit.
Damn. Yeah, what the fuck?
My God.
Well, I'm excited for this fight. And $9,100 in DraftKings Fantasy, that will probably be worth the money as well. You can unlock every single pick and bet. There are a lot more bets than the few that Jacob were giving away on here. I promise you that.
I gave out plenty, yeah.
Yeah. And we're not done. You can check out all the bets all week long and get the push notifications on your phone as they get placed. This is my phone in my hand. Just search We Want Picks in the App Store. Download the phone, put notifications on. WeWantPicks.com. Click Become a Member at the top.
Jay Jack says, Jacob, what do you think about Daniel Jones? There's something going on because, and if Angelo, you don't know, Daniel Jones is honestly kind of a shit quarterback that found his way to the Vikings and was a free agent, but the Colts are so desperate because something's going on with Anthony Richardson. And Pat McAfee knows what it is. Pat McAfee all of a sudden just fucking hates Anthony Richardson and wants him out of town. So he obviously heard from contacts that something is going on with Anthony Richardson as far as he's not a leader, he doesn't care, he doesn't prepare himself, whatever it is. So they signed also another bum for $14 million, brought him in for a quarterback competition. So it sounds like Pat knows what's going on, but he won't say it. And honestly, the way if the Colts are signing people like that, it sounds like they know what's going on too. So I was a big AR fan, and I've been riding his shit for a while, but it sounds like he might not be that guy, man. I'm done.
That was all foreign to me.
Angelo
a PSA for the people.
Homosexual, everybody.
Next up, at UFC Vegas 104, we have the co-main event of the evening. We have Elizeu Zaleski taking on Chidi Njokuani. Elizeu Zaleski, 25-8 in his career, 3-1-1 in his last 5. He's coming off that win over a short notice Zach Scroggin. Taking on Chidi Njokuani, 24-10 in his career, 3-2 in his last 5. He's riding a 2-fight win streak. Elizeu Zaleski, he's definitely on the tail end of his career. A little older, a little bit of an advanced age in this group, but he's a solid striker. He's got real power, good athleticism. He can be dangerous on the ground. Very busy, very active striking style. He's got that capoeira movement. He has real power, real athleticism, real cardio, and he can be very dangerous. He's old, but we haven't seen the age yet, right? He hasn't looked old yet. So even though he is 38, on paper, in the octagon, he's fighting like a 34-year-old, 33-year-old maybe. He is coming off that finish win over Zach Scroggin, but Zach Scroggin was a short-notice UFC debut who maybe shouldn't have been in the UFC. He's taking on Chidi Njokuani. Is there a dog there, or is this more crawling around the floor weirdness? Let me see the dog's head.
I'm trying
to Indy. Indy.
Indy. Not tall enough to, and I'm trying to get on my lap. Hold on a second. Here,
dude, there's something so weird going on at your house right now.
I'm not going to be able to hear you, but...
Okay. He's taking on Chidi Njokuani. Chidi Njokuani is a very good striker. He's got good speed, good power, solid. There's the dog. Solid distance control. He is not a high volume guy. He likes to stick and move really well. His feet are never in the same place for very long, and that's why people have a hard time getting to him. If you are able to get inside the reach and work your way to the legs, you could have some success with the takedowns. He's coming off that decision win over Jared Gooden, where he had unusually high striking volume, and that makes this breakdown a little bit tricky because if Chidi Njokuani didn't just land a ton of strikes against Jared Gooden, literally more than he's ever landed in any other fight ever, then I would be like, yeah, Elizeu Zaleski's going to dominate this fight. He's going to come forward, make something happen. Chidi's just going to be in a staring contest. But Chidi showed us he can be high volume. He can let his hands go. He can actually do something in that last fight. I am still going to pick Elizeu Zaleski here, only because I'm 100% sure what he's going to do. Chidi may or may not be frozen in time. Elizeu Zaleski is going to move forward. He's going to push the pace. He's going to make something happen, and he's going to do it the whole time. When I mention his record, I say 3-1-1 in his last 5. That and 1 was a draw with Rinat Fakhretdinov where he 10-8'd in the third round. He was getting beat, losing, and then the third round almost found himself a finish because he never quits, never gives up on himself. And even though he's 38, He hasn't been looking 38 inside the octagon. So until he looks slow, I'm going to assume he's not. Elizeu Zaleski is going to be the pick. What do you think, Jakey boy?
Yeah, the Chidi Jared Gooden fight, to me, that's a little bit of, I think it's a little bit of fool's gold, honestly. And I get it, right? People want to take that performance and try to translate it to this one because that's you're only as good as your last performance, right? I mean, honestly, that's kind of as simple as that is. That's what they say in football too. You're only as good as your last game. I mean, it is what it is. But Zaleski is not Jared Gooden, right? I mean, he is a different type of person. He is, I think, started to try to rejuvenate his career. So even though he's what
is happening?
I was trying to think of like a clever word for like a 38-year-old, like an older person. What would be like a clever, not like a young, I don't want to say like a young 38, but like a spry 38 maybe? Something like that along those lines. Does that work for you, Angelo?
You could say 38's the new 28.
You know why I can? Because it's a free country, thanks to our troops. And I salute you, troops. Thank you for what you do. I am glad to play a part in what you do to defend this country. I salute each and every one of you. Angelo, would you like to do the same? Refuses to salute the troops. Nope. He refuses to salute the troops. Sure. I'm going Zaleski here because, like Angelo said, I know he's going to be moving forward. He's shown, too, he's not afraid to go to the wrestling in the back pocket if something gets crazy, and he will not slow down, and I know that Chidi kind of can fade in fights, so Chidi's going to be live early. He's a long-rangey guy, but that Muay Thai plotting style against a guy like Zaleski who can throw, leg kicks. He's got the weird capoeira stuff and can wrestle as well. I just think Zaleski's got a little bit better everywhere, and it's not like Chidi's a young dude anyway. So, I like I'm a Brazilian. You know what I mean?
There we go. We're both on the Zaleski side.
And you never saluted, right?
No, I didn't. You didn't let me. Are you allowed? Is it? I mean, saluting nobody on screen, is that not disrespectful in some way?
I'm saluting our troops. If you served in the military, put it in the chat right now.
We do have Dave Broom. Dave Broom is a huge supporter of the show.
I guarantee we got active people in here right now, former military.
And I believe I gave Dave Broom premium to give it to him. Like, thanks for everything, bro. Here you go. Don't worry about it.
Wow. What was this? Even
it's really gonna piss these people off when they see
these people. Wow.
When they see the color of my passport.
Passaporto.
Yes.
Passaporto.
Not the good old.
You know why Angelo has two passports? Because he doesn't believe in our troops to be able to defend our country, and he's worried that eventually he's going to have to use another nation's ability to live because he thinks that our troops cannot defend our country.
Prove me wrong. Listen, we're both on the Zaleski side. And this troop narratives, don't listen to that bullshit. We're both on the Zaleski side. And $8,400 in DraftKings Fantasy. Listen, Zaleski, I'm going to have to dig a little deeper into how he scores as a fighter in DraftKings. Because if he gets going and if he stays busy, then yeah, that may be worth it. I have to see what that has looked like in previous fights, but I'm leaning towards that $8,400. That seems pretty affordable for a guy that I'm positive is actually going to do something. And if you do want to check out all of the picks, all of the bets, every single tool that we offer, whether it's to help you find bets or help you build DraftKings lineups or help you with prize picks or underdog, every single thing that we do is in one package. There's no tiers. You go to the website, you click become a member, it's $10. Boom. Everything is ready to go. You're welcome,
Santiago.
Everything's ready to go right there. On the spot, WeWantPicks.com. We do have a $2 super chat from Future Mick Thompson. Jacob's lock of the week streak makes me my dilly silly stiff. Okay.
I appreciate that. $1.99. And let me just say too, I'm getting a lot of obviously a lot of love for the lock of the week, and obviously 5 of 6 and 4 in a row is nothing to scoff at, right? But I'm getting some people that are like, wow, greatest streak ever, greatest. It's like, we've done this a bunch. Trust me, guys. We've done 4 in a row a bunch. Once we get into 5 and 6, that's a little bit more of a rare territory. And obviously 10 is, we've hit 10 in a row before. So I'm always trying to get back at that 10 spot because I'm the only one that's going to be able to ever do it. And I'm ready to do it again. Honestly, I was talking in the chat with you and web guy Josh, kind of laid out. I was kind of looking at advance, and maybe I'm looking too far ahead, but I got confident in the one this week. It'll probably be out tomorrow, and we'll see how it plays out. But
you laid out potential for 11.
12.
12.
The 12th one being Jack Della Maddalena over Bilal.
Oof.
Oof my fucking dick and balls, you fucking idiot.
Oh, well, this guy says he makes 3 underdog picks a week.
Wow.
Dude, those comments actually annoy me more than the hate. The hate is actually easy to deal with. The fake profits are the ones that drive me nuts. $4.99 from Calm Flamingo. What am I looking at? Calm Flamingo. I have rewatched this stream multiple times a week. Thanks for the picks. Shout out to Sam. We appreciate you, Calm. Jiffy with the 10 spot. Shout out to Bet Sam for killing it since joining the crew. Great addition. Thank you.
Does he pay you guys to
Jiffy? Yeah. What are these back-to-back Sam promotions?
What's funny is Sam messaged me on Instagram, just wanting to link up and ask me about my videos and stuff and how I do my videos and this type of stuff.
Oh, he's gonna steal every idea you have.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden I click on the slam of the week and it's like
previously on
slam of the week, and then it's like a little highlight video, and then all of a sudden he's like, and the slam of the week is, and then it's another highlight video. I'm like, this is very interesting.
Oh, 100, dude. He's mind melding my pitch, dude. He's a little weasel.
I'm like, this is very interesting.
He's a little weasel, and then he'll do it under the guise of that accent and like, oh, I love what you do. I'm just trying to support. You guys are amazing, and then it's like, yeah, but you're fucking...
For the clarity, Sam, I don't think you sound like that.
Oi,
bruv.
Nope, they don't do
Oi, bruv. I want some beans and toast, wanker.
Yeah, wrong country.
Oh,
wrong
that's not
country.
where he's from?
It might as well be. It's all pretty much the same thing. Next up, at UFC Vegas 104, we have the main event of the evening. We have Marvin Vettori, who also has a red passport like myself, taking on Roman Dolidze. Marvin Vettori, 19-6 in his career, 2-3 in his last 5. He's coming back after 2 years away. He's taking on Roman Dolidze, 14-3 in his career, 3-2 in his last 5. He is riding back-to-back wins.
I am Roman Dolidze.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely manly.
He's the big Georgian with the chest hair and, the voice to match. Oh, I'm Roman Dolidze.
I think it's power and all the things.
I think he's like a great guy, too. Seems like a great guy.
He doesn't. It's hard to tell.
Unlike that fucking Italian fucking hothead there, getting in casino fights with Brendan Allen. Fucking those people never grow up, do they?
Brendan Allen was the wrong one. Brendan Allen was the wrong.
That's Angelo during every safety part.
Oh, dude, nobody cares more about that than me, dude. That shit affects my life. Like, so much pressure. Anyway.
This was the one, and honestly, it's like every time you post a safety parlay, I always message you about one leg, and I'm always like, oh, I don't know, whatever.
Literally every time, and it's brutal.
But this one, literally, I wasn't going to rub it in. Honestly, I did leave it alone. I even told you, like, hey, anything could happen, because this was the one that honestly was like, that was fucking stupid, dude. That was fucking stupid. Because I know Alex Marone. I'm like, dude, Alex Marone was not going to fucking protect himself. He's going to get a slugfest and just fucking be like, ugh. He doesn't give a fuck.
Stupid asshole. He should, but fuck him. We got Marvin Vettori. Marvin Vettori is a grappler at his core, but he's worked on his hands. We've seen the striking improvements. Good set of diverse takedowns. He'll have body locks, but also just shoot, hit, and run doubles. He's not just relying on dragging you to the ground. The striking does continue to improve. He has gotten comfortable on the feet, and even when he's not comfortable, he's totally fine because his head is made out of brick. There is no knocking him out. There's no wobbling him. There's no dropping him. He averages almost 2 takedowns per fight. He has a 69% takedown defense. He's coming back after 2 full years away and a loss to Jared Cannonier, where he landed 153 significant strikes, and that still wasn't enough because Jared Cannonier landed basically double than that in an all-time performance. He's taking on a Roman Dolidze, world champion grappler who has showcased those skills more than one time in the octagon. The way he did Jack Hermanson dirty, The way he blew out Phil Hawes' knee, it's just insanely impressive how slick and quick he can be on the ground. The problem, though, is that you don't know when he's going to use the ground game. He doesn't always shoot takedowns. Sometimes they just fall into his lap. Other times he'll stand there and just slug it out. He has no problems marching forward, throwing heavy punches, getting into a striking match. He does have some very real power. He will chase, though. Dolidze is a very well-rounded fighter. He can knock you out. He can submit you, but he does not have the best game plans, and his cardio is questionable at best.
This feels like the making of a slug fight.
It could be, because they're just swinging wild, biting down, 100%. And people think...
That's a fake made-up thing, Angelo.
People think I'm trying to replace the word slugfest with slug fight. That's not it. It's a different thing. Slug fight, like a slugfest is too like... Bless you.
Thank you.
Slugfest is like, two people who know what they're doing. They're slugging it. Why would I salute?
I sneezed. You said, bless you. I said, thank you, sir.
Okay. But why would you salute me? Now you're being disrespectful. See, that's the difference.
You're my papa. Angelo makes me salute
so
around
fix
the house.
Me a sandwich.
Sorry.
Slug fight is when two people are going at it, but it's like it's a sloppy, slimy
Get on with it.
mess.
Nobody cares.
You care. You brought it up. He's coming off that TKO win over Kevin Holland, where if you're just looking at the green and red dot on Tapology, you may not realize that it was basically Roman took him down and he broke his rib when he took him down. And obviously a broken rib is not something you can just tough out in a fist fight. I'm not usually a rumor guy. Every time we watch a fight, there's always a bunch of people talking about this guy's hurt, this, that, some other bullshit. A little weird bird from a weird continent sent me a message saying, hey, Marvin's hurt. His shoulder's not fully healed. He's had major issues. The only reason he's fighting because he hasn't fought in 2 years. He needs the money. He's not ready to fight. He's not healed up. So with that information, plus the fact coupled with Roman has looked good the last couple of years, coming forward, got the hair touched up, letting the hands go. We saw him take down Kevin Holland. With all of that combined, I think Roman Dolidze can pull this off. My biggest fear or concern, I will never bet Roman Dolidze money line because his fight IQ, and my concern is certainly his cardio, because if this fight goes 25 minutes, that dude's not going to be gassed up, ready to go. But I am going to pick Roman here, and if there is a shoulder issue on the Marvin Vettori side, then even better. Roman Dolidze is going to be the pick, and as I mentioned in my Quick Picks video, tried and true Roman Dolidze bet of all time is win inside the distance, decision, no action. But I guess Jakey Boy said that was juice. What do you think about this fight, Jacoby?
I think we looked this up before. Slug fight. When an intoxicated pair kiss with only their tongues, usually used when one is disgusted by the act.
Yeah, look at these two. Look at them. That couldn't be the case here?
The slug. When one simultaneously ejaculates while dragging their penis on the ground.
Okay. Dude, I just Googled it. While the phrase slug fight might sound like a literal battle between slugs, it often refers to a more figurative or metaphorical fight where individuals or groups clash in a violent manner, possibly with fists, by slugging. I mean, what a joke. It is an absolute word, and it's the first. What were you looking up, you disgusting freak?
The slug.
The slug. All right. Who do you think wins this fight?
Slugfest. The slugfest refers to a orgy where every person is covered in some slippery substance, usually shit, lube, or butter.
Okay. It's a Diddy party. Can you tell us who you think wins this fight?
I don't know what changes from the first fight. They've already fought before. And usually you're like, oh, yeah, but, they're both the same exact fucking person that they were. Like, nothing's going to change in that fight. Like, maybe some fucking guy, some random guy, I don't know. Angelo never... This is what's funny about this, is Angelo has some, weird information. Then fucking tell me that. News to me.
I assume
hey, we're supposed to be buddies in this thing. I have no information. I could have fucking put I could have made Roman my fucking lock of the week, and Angelo would have been like, fucking. It's like Jesus.
It's in my video. I told the world about this weird information.
Holy shit! Some random person say that fucking until I see him coming out in a fucking sling. Until I see him coming out in a sling, I don't know what fucking changes. It's going to be Roman walking down, bombing right hands that are going to halfway land, not really matter. Marvin's going to double up his strikes probably, even though he's moving backwards. Even if Roman tries to wrestle, he doesn't have the takedowns for a guy like Marvin Vettori. I don't know what fucking changes. It was fucking, before it was, what, 3 rounds? Now it's 5 rounds. I think it's just the same thing for 5 rounds. A boring fucking back and forth that Marvin has 80 more strikes at the end of the fight and wins a fucking decision.
You don't think...
Roman doesn't fight any different than he did. Neither does Marvin. Just is what it is.
I think Roman does fight a little different.
No, he doesn't.
I think he's wrestled. All right, I'm going to pull up his fucking...
Yeah, against UFC Kevin Holland. He said, I'm going to get back to the wrestling against Kevin Holland.
Yeah, because that's the only fight he's had since then, you small dick loser.
He just walks forward and tries to bomb right hands. That's all he does.
Okay, he attempted 4 takedowns against Nasruddin Imavov. He attempted
in a 5-round fight when he was gassed.
He attempted 3 takedowns against Anthony Smith, and then he attempted 1 takedown and got it against Kevin Holland. In all the fights previous, he attempted no takedowns against Jack Hermanson.
What does that even matter? I said he
no
can't get the
takedowns
takedowns
against
anyway. What does it even matter?
Dolidze.
What are you even talking
because
about?
You said
what are you trying to make?
I'll tell you. You said what's changed. He hasn't changed. They're the same fighters. I said that's not true.
He's going to get more tired than he was.
Idiot.
Because he's not going to get the takedowns and he's going to have to use the energy to shoot them. So yeah, okay. Let me rephrase that. The only thing that's changed is Roman's going to get more tired this time and might actually get finished and Marvin get his 3rd TKO.
Perfect, because you said what would change. I answered that very clearly what I thought would change.
500 on this one?
I answered very clearly what would change.
500 on this one?
I proved it with facts, and then you just did this spewy nonsense.
500 on this one?
No. I said the only bet I would place is Roman Dolidze inside the distance decision, no action. And I literally said I would never put a money line on him because you can't trust him. Very clear words that I've used. Very clear words.
You know that Marvin Vettori's arm is falling off. I'm giving you, it's crazy.
That was information given to me by somebody that I'm surprised didn't give it to you also. That's all.
I don't talk to people.
So we're very split here. Minus 131 for Marvin Vettori, plus 111 for Roman Dolidze. Let us know who you guys think wins this fight. I agree with Jacob in that typically rematches I don't care about unless they've been in the last couple of years. This actually was in the last couple of years, but since then, Marvin's been out with shoulder surgery. Like, it's not nothing. He's been out for 2 full years. I think that may play a factor in here, which is why I'm leaving Roman. I picked Roman the first time, so
I think he's the winter soldier now.
They just juiced up that arm.
Oh, it's more of a bionic arm, Angelo. If you've ever watched the movie, you fucking nerd.
I'm the nerd for not watching a comic book movie.
Winter Soldier is one of the best movies, period. That's not only just
I
Marvel,
have not seen the comic book movie.
Chat, back me up on this.
I haven't seen it. I'm not shitting on it. I love the Iron Man movies. Never saw Winter Soldier.
Fucking nerd,
man. Calling me a nerd for not watching a comic book movie doesn't quite check out. You know what this feels like? This feels like 22 Jump Street, where they go to college, and then somehow Channing Tatum was the loser. It was a complete reversal.
That was high school. That was 21 Jump Street.
No, 22 Jump Street, they go to college, you fuck whistle.
I know. 21 Jump Street, they go to high school, and Channing is the loser. He's hanging out with the nerd kids. That's the storyline you're looking for. You got
and then in 22, retard. It went back to him being cool. Got it. My bad. So it's like 21 Jump Street, where he does
it's not cheating because it's your dog. Angelo didn't know what that was from either. He thought I was just saying some. It's not. It's like when you put peanut butter in your nuts and let your dog lick it off. It's not cheating because it's your dog.
All right, guys, that's the break. That's the 2 hour and 22-minute breakdown. Strap in for 15 minutes of promos, and we're gonna start it with telling you that we have an app. The app's 100% free. Just search We Want Picks on the App Store. You can download the app. If you're a premium member, you have access to every single thing we do. All the picks, all the bets, all the tools. Everything inside the app. If you're not a premium member, that's fine. Download the app, install it, turn on notifications because you'll get push notifications. Yes, some will be for premium members when we play specific bets. Others will be about new content or news. Last week, when UFC 313 lost 2 fights just hours before the event, we sent the push notification. Hey, everybody, 2 fights just dropped. Check your DraftKings lineups. If you have notifications turned on, bingo, bongo, swango.
That saved your night, didn't it?
Sure did, boy. Get 'em, boy. Just search We Want Picks.
The fuck was that?
I don't know, dude. I literally have no idea why I did that. It doesn't even relate to anything we were talking about. I have no idea. Maybe it was the way you say didn't it. Maybe did you say it like that? Was there a little hint of redneck in the didn't it? Anyway, download the app. Become a premium member at WeWantPicks.com. We just released a brand new optimizer with an easy mode. If you have always wanted to or always wondered what the hell a DraftKings optimizer was, how to play DraftKings Fantasy, but just didn't know, or you tried it out and the numbers was like, what the hell am I looking at here? It's okay. We got you. We told the developer, build a TurboTax style mode here. We want this to be accessible for anybody, anywhere, at any level in this DraftKings journey. And we have that now. Click the button at the top for beginner mode. It'll ask you a series of questions, then spit out the file that you can use for your DraftKings lineups. We also have the Fight Simulator. We released this about a month ago. That's 2 major tool releases in the last 2 months. And ask me, Jacob, ask me if I raised the price of premium.
I don't give a fuck.
I did not raise the price of premium. We kept it at $10. That $10 gets you full access to the data analyzer as well. If you just watch this as part of your routine to do some research and do some tape study and all of that, data analyzer is your tool. All fight history, future fights as well. If you like to get out a few cards in advance, you could watch full tape study, deep dive all of the stats. You're going to have access to the line movement tracker. This will give you opening odds, current odds, win probability, and line movement for every fighter on every card. Access to the prop hunter. This is a curated set of data specifically designed to help you find prop bets, and access to everybody at We Want Picks. We have Bet Sam, Jacob, myself, Artem.
He's a biter.
Bet Sam's a biter? I can see that.
You know what that means?
That he bites people during sex?
Nope.
What does it mean?
Look up the Urban Dictionary of biter.
Okay.
In reference to like rap. And let me know what it says, like a rap biter.
Oh, yes, he is a biter. A biter is a person who steals or uses a part or piece of somebody else's performance or style as if it's their own. You biter bitch.
A little word for you.
I love it. Sam the biter. He comes from a bite down under. Da, 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 da. I'll think of a song. I'll work it in there. Land down under, biter. He comes from a land biter. We'll get there. I'll figure it out on the fly. New Zealand, Australia, the same thing. And I know those people hated that.
Bite Sam.
And if you want...
Ooh.
Bite Sam. Ooh. Yeah, this guy got there. Bite Sam. Oh, yes.
Ooh.
Love it. Love it. Oh, dude, I'm just going to change it.
I got some goosebumps on that one. Ooh.
Bite Sam's very clear. Thank you. It's
Thank you for your service.
Yeah, that does deserve a salute.
What are you doing with your hand when you salute? Just straight down.
It's not down. Not when you mean it. You send it. Full send.
Straight down.
Okay. Guys, that's the show. For any actual military people out there, sorry for the jokes. Jakey boy, any last words for the people?
Philip Bacon says, if I send a Josh Van tank top for you, Jacob, can you not throw it in the trash? I'm a big fan of Josh Van now. I even put that on Twitter. I respect him fully. I was a hater for a while, but, I mean, that dude's fucking good, dude. Jesus Christ.
And the only reason, so the shirt, I believe you, Philip, sent the shirt that the blow-up doll version of Jacob was wearing. And the only reason Jacob didn't appreciate it when we got it is because you sent it when Cody Durden was the lock of the week. So it went completely counter to Jacob's pick and everything. This weekend was a very different situation, and it was worn the whole event.
I had Josh Van.
Yeah, there we go. And so did Blow Up Jacob. All right, any words for the peeps before we head out of here?
He's an indie animal. She's an indie animal. He's an indie animal. I'm an indie animal. We are indie animals.
I still can't believe that Halliburton fucking 4-point play to win the game. That's crazy.
I'm going to have to take your word for it. I don't. Go sports. I don't know. Guys, thanks for hanging out. We appreciate you.
Just one second here, Angelo, if you don't mind.
Yes. Sure. Time.
You know, like the video, you know, if you haven't already. Again, I just want to give a thank you to all the troops, past and present. I don't know why you laugh every time I thank the troops.
No, one of the comments. It's one of the comments.
I just want to say, from the bottom of my heart, I couldn't imagine, especially a lot of you are signing up, 18, 17, 18, 19 years old, voluntarily to defend our country, defend our freedoms. That's a lot of fucking courage. So troops past, present, currently serving, we appreciate what you do. I'm happy to be a part of that journey. And, we appreciate you. We love this country. We love America. Angelo, you want to add anything about our country?
Oh, if anybody loves this country, it's me, because my family came here by choice. They chose to come here for a better life. My parents are immigrants, and they gave us a better life.
And don't they?
And I've seen where they came.
What you have become. They work so hard.
A fat like success. This is what the American dream is. Just fucking fat. Have things.
Nipple piercings, tribal tattoos.
She did rip my mother's an immigrant, and she ripped my.
What is it?
She just ripped it right out.
What is it?
But I've seen where they came from. I've seen the other country, Italy. It sucks.
Isn't it gonna be underwater soon?
I don't know, man. But this is obviously the greatest country in the world, and we live, in my opinion, in the greatest state in the greatest country. And I'm a big Connecticut advocate. I full-blown Texas.
Texas
I
sucks.
love this place. I fucking
weather kind of sucks. Texas kind of sucks. I think it's cool. It's cool to be able to kind of do, but at the same time, you can't do what you want. Like if they had gambling and you could smoke weed legally, Texas is cool. But you want to act like you're all about freedoms, and then you can't even fucking. You have a bad night, and then you're stuck with that for 18 years. It's like, what's the freedom? Where's the freedom, sweetheart? You know what I mean? Fucking, I can't have a few beers and fucking take care of some situations, or what's going on here? You know what
does
I mean?
that mean? Take care of some situations. You
You
just
didn't-
want
you
to.
You didn't get that reference at all? You have a bad night and it takes care of you for 18 years?
Do you have a kid? Oh, I
Very
get it
good.
all now. I've put it all together.
There you
I've
go.
put it all together.
There
I've put
you
it all
go.
together.
You know what I mean? Like, that is free. Like, this is...
You're describing California.
Those
You
are
are
three-
describing California.
Those are three big things that a lot of people are allowed to do. at
You
their
are literally
discretion.
describing. I think California has gambling and weed.
And Schmushmorsh. I'm gonna say for baby ears over there. That's from it's knocked up because they're talking about the situation.
Oh, yeah,
Like, he's like, I won't say it for baby ears over there, but it rhymes with.
All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out.
Anyway, we
you.
appreciate the YouTube and the YouTube algorithm, and we appreciate everything YouTube stands for. We appreciate the opportunity to be on YouTube, the opportunities that YouTube has given us. We love YouTube. Everything YouTube is great. We love it. My whole life has changed because of YouTube.
I mean, literally everything you said.
The only
is
thing
serious.
I love
It sounds-
more than YouTube is our troops.
We only have YouTube because of the troops. Because freedom isn't free.
Don't fucking patronize the troops. Okay, I'm trying to say heartfelt stuff, and you come in with patronizing.
Okay. I'm out of here. I got to do chapters. Guys, thanks for hanging out. We appreciate you. 2 hours, 32 minutes. Can't wait to see the comments about that.